Greetings, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome in. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hello, first time chatter. All right. Greetings, greetings. How's everybody doing tonight? Fancy seeing you guys here. I hope everybody's doing well. Yukiko! Ooh, before I say my highs and my hellos to everybody else, Yukiko, it's his birthday today, so everyone wish Yukiko a very happy birthday. Today is the day, well, it actually happens at midnight for us, but since he's in the future, since he's in Germany, it's technically his birthday right now. So everyone wish him a happy birthday to Yukiko. All right. So, happy birthday, Yuki. Oh, I'm wearing a heart-shaped shirt. Let's go. So, guys, let's say my highs and my hellos to everybody. Oh, Gertie, that's awesome. Thank you, Gertie. Thank you, Gertie. Let's go, Yuki. From one VIP to another. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Gertie. So, One Prong, I think you were here first. I think I saw you here waiting, lurking in the shadows. One Prong. So thank you for that and welcome in, One Prong. And Hawker. Hello, Hawker. Welcome in, welcome in. Saturn. Hi, Saturn. Gertie's here too as well. And I think Maple Marie is here. I saw Maple is here. Welcome in, Maple. Nice to see you. Happy Thursday to everyone. And then we have a little Wrinkly. Big dubs, Wrinkly. Welcome in, Winkos. My Winkos. And Bochi's here. Hi, Bochi. Yukiko, the birthday boy himself, on his birthday coming to spend time with us. That is so, so sweet, Yuki. EDM, welcome in, EDM. Happy Thursday to you, EDM. And DJ Hottie, hello. Welcome in, DJ Hottie. And first time chatter, hi, Mara. Welcome in, welcome in. Cafe Van Latte. Is that a Canadian dog? In the starting soon screen, that's actually a Hungarian dog that lives in Canada. It's complicated. It's complicated. Atomic, welcome in, Atomic. Nice to see you. And Mr. Cairo, greetings to you. Ambient, hi. And Big Tom, welcome in. Hi, Ambient. Long time no see. Wenzy Fella's here. Hi, Wenzy Fella. Nice to see you, Wenzy Fella. Guys, don't let the title of the stream today is fighting. And we already have people in the queue. Wow. Wow. I just knew it here, but as the shirt suggests, chat, okay, I am a lover and not a fighter. All right, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Hi, Shawl. Welcome in. Nice to see you, Shawl. Fancy seeing you here. Ooh, it's a little bit loud, I feel. Just a little bit. There, that should be a little better. King Kamal, welcome in, King Kamal. Nice to see you guys. I'm a fighter, but I can take it. Shakira. Okay. No fighting. 22 below zero, welcome in, 22 below zero. I debate about joining. I have stories, but nobody would be impressed. Is that what it's all about? It's not really about that. It's interesting fighting stories. I feel like, especially as like girls, we love to hear about fighting stories because, well, we don't really fight very often. So, at least for myself, I'm more of a lover, not a fighter, I would like to say. Hi, TTV Wills. Welcome back. Nice to see you, Wills. All right, so easy peasy. Welcome in, easy peasy. You know what? Before I tell you guys about my fighting stories, they're pretty sparse, to be honest. There's not a lot of fighting stories to tell. But before I do that, let me crack a beer, show you what I have on the menu, and then I'm going to bring in a couple callers. Just because they're waiting right now. So I'll bring in a couple callers, and then when there's a lull in the chat, then I'll tell you guys about my very, very, you would not be impressed about my fighting story. As you can tell by the shirt, I am more of a lover and not a fighter. So I once bottled two dudes in the middle of the street. I was knocked down about 7 times, but I kept getting up. That's like Rocky. That's like the Rocky story. And then eventually just walked away, just brushed it off. Just brushed it off. Wrinkly would be very impressed with that. Every time you fell, you got up. That's like that Rocky Balboa clip. I mean, Wrinkly can post that clip, actually. He's able to post it if he wants. He can post a link. It's the newest Wrinkly. It's Wrinkles Forevermore. It sounds better, Gertie. Hi, all good. Welcome in. And Chubby Link, welcome in. I really appreciate the birthday wishes, and I get to see you again. Damn good looking. And to all of you, wonderful evening or day. I know it's in the middle of the night for you, Yuki, so thank you for stopping in, and please keep me tabbed up if you have to go to sleep. I completely understand you're probably exhausted, but thank you for popping in on your birthday. That's lovely. Hi, Stream That Shit. Welcome in. All right. So I'm sure Wrinkly can find that clip, that link he always posts it. So hi, Dave the Dinglehopper. This is what we're drinking tonight. We have a German beer. Have you ever seen this one, Yukiko? This German beer, they usually sell them in the stores here. They're not too hard to find. What does it say? It's a 5.5% ABV. It's a Bavarian beer. I think Bavaria is in the south, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. It's a dark beer? Is it, Bochi? Well, only one way to find out. We have this trusty, dusty Sons of Kent pint glass. Let's pour it in and see what we're working with. Hi, Game Boy Slayer. Alright. I just made sure he didn't have anything on him. As a jailer, I had to hit a guy twice and stripped him and threw him in the holding area until he sobered up naked. Oh, jeez. This is a dark beer. Wade's here. Oh, W to Wade. Yes, this glass is from Wade. Hi, Snickers Dad. Welcome in. This is a dark beer. 5.5% dark beer. A lot of the dark beers I've been drinking lately have been strong, like 9%, 10% beers. Okay, this is such a large bottle that I can't pour it all in the pint glass. I'll have a little left. So, this is a 500 milliliter glass. So, oh, hi, welcome in. First time chatter. I'm a lurker. I enjoy your stream. Thank you for blessing my screen. You look fantastic. All right, back to lurking. Thank you for popping out of the shadows. and lurking. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So, I don't know how big this pint glass if that's a 500 milliliter bottle. $4.75 maybe? I'm not exactly sure, but regardless, cheers. Tamale Company, welcome in. Nice to see you back again. I am too a lover. It's been over half of my life since kind of a physical fight. Really? Yeah. Also, the fight that I had was, I was a kid. I was like in grade 8. So I was around 13, I guess. I was almost in grade 9. So it was like just before summer vacation in grade 8. Defending your siblings? No, I never actually had to do that. I never made my father proud. Gertie, well, I did, but not in that way. Not in that way, chat. So what Gertie is referring to is I have 2 younger siblings, and my father always said, my dad, he's always like, Anne, if you ever get in trouble for defending your siblings, I will not be mad at you. I will be proud of you. So don't ever feel like scared to defend them. Like, if you get suspended, expelled from school, doesn't matter. I will be proud of you. I'll freaking take you out on a shopping spree. Like, he was like, he didn't say the shopping spree part, but I feel like that could have happened, okay? I feel like he would have taken me out to Taco Bell or something. By the way, if I have any dropped frames, let me know. I'm noticing some drops. Not right now. A few minutes ago, there could have been some dropped frames. So just let me know if we experience any dropped frame action. All right. Thank you for the follow, Mira. Big sis vibe. Welcome in, Shy. Exactly. You know it. You know it. Hi, DCG. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. You know what? Before we let our peeps wait in the wings for a little bit too long. Thank you, Shawl, because I'm noticing on the bitrate here, there's been some drops, but maybe it's not visible. Hi, J Thunder. So, hi, Retro. Welcome in, Retro. All right. So, let's bring in our first caller of the night. Let me just turn my music down ever so slightly. All right. It's my 6-month subiversary. Is it DCG? Thank you for that. I didn't see it. I don't know why DCG it doesn't come through, but I do believe you because I checked. I checked last time and I was like, what was it, a Twitch glitch? And I checked and you do sub. It just doesn't show up. Maybe you don't click to show it. I think there's something you have to click to show it. It didn't show again, DCG. Are you clicking for it to show? I used my Prime. That's so weird. If you use your Prime, it should show up regardless, I think. I have no idea. But regardless, thank you so much, DCG, because I did check and you do sub. So, Arson, welcome in, welcome in. All right. Let's bring in our first caller. We have the one, the only, EDM Demon. Oh, you like that ASMR, eh, J Thunder? Okay. Let's bring in EDM Demon, our first caller of the night. Hello. Oh, I'm muted. Hello, EDM.
You always give me the best entrances.
I try. Welcome in and happy Thursday. Oh, hold that thought, EDM. We got a raid from Mr. Founder's Badge himself, Brumal 427. Every second is a highlight. When we touch, don't ever let me go. I feel like I could do like a little like K-pop dance to the song. Like I'm a domino. Gertie, thank you for that. Welcome in. Oh, I hope every one of the raiders gets a gifted sub, Gertie. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Let's go. I need to learn from this voice, and he's not talking about me, EDM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much, Gertie, for the 5. I know, we definitely have to learn from he's got such a deep, manly, deep, sultry voice.
The funny thing is, if you fucking met my father, you would not think I came from him.
Oh, really?
My father is 5'7", and he has a fairly mellow voice.
Interesting. Maybe as a kid, this is off topic. This is off like fight topic, but now I'm interested. You see, now you have me thinking about that. By the way, everyone go follow Brumal if you're not doing so already. Thank you so much, Brumal, for the raid. Love you. Just to get deep, you know, EDM. Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Do you ever think? Did it ever kind of embarrass you a little bit hearing like your father with this like higher pitched squeaky voice and you were like I don't like the way that sounds, let me train my voice, because people can train their voices, right? Let me train my voice to sort of have like switch it up a bit.
Maybe that would have had an effect if he was around. I'm sure I would have went went somewhere down that line, but yeah, I didn't really have. Or since we're here already.
Yeah, we're here.
My mother has split custody with my father. As I was growing up. So when my memory took effect, I was around like 6. Is whenever I started like really remembering stuff. And out of that entire time of us growing up, I think we went and stayed at his house like 5 times max from the time of me being 6 all the way up till right before I turned 8. Because that is when we moved out of state after my mother got full custody and we moved to South Carolina. But even before then, as a 6, 7 year old going to church with my mother, all of the gentlemen in the fellowship like, oh wow, you have such a deep voice for such a small child. And I, in my head, I'm like, my voice is normal. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I turned 10, is apparently whenever it hit the really sharp dip in pitch. And apparently, according to my mother and everyone else that I grew up with, I have had around this level of voice since I have been 10 years old.
So this everyone's been saying that since you were 10. Like, you were no choir boy singing Caroling of the Bells, okay? For Christmas. No. No.
Not at all.
Okay.
I wish that I could sing. Because that's actually like that's one of the number one questions that I get asked whenever I meet someone for the first time. It's always, oh wow, you have such a deep voice. Can you sing? No, I can't. I'm tone deaf, unfortunately. Okay.
Oh, we're bringing up all the insecurities today. Well, EDM, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so even though you did meet your father like half a dozen times,
I know him.
And so he would still be impressionable. Like, you would still be like, sizing him up, being like, hey, this is my pops. Like, what's good with him? But you didn't train your voice. So if you've had that voice since you were like 10 years old, then you've been blessed. Just blessed with a lovely, deep baritone voice.
God had to get me on the back end with something because, I'm not 6 foot, unfortunately. I'm 5'11". God hates me, but he has blessed me in other areas, my voice being one of them. I will say that that is one of my redeeming qualities. I do love the voice that I have been given.
Welcome in, first time chatter, Hanzo Chop. Hello. Greetings. Happy Thursday. Okay, EDM. We're curious to know in the chat, do you ever throw them bows, meaning elbows? Let's talk about fights.
Oh, yes. Fights are always fun. Let me go ahead and preface everything that I'm about to say. I am a teddy bear. I actually am not a violent person. However, I do deeply enjoy the art of fighting. But I never go looking for problems. It's only defense. And in the cases of when I do get in a fight, I'm never looking to hurt someone, only to get them off. Hey, we can talk this out. It's always defense. It's never offense. Never to hurt anybody.
Right. You're not about to start it, but you will finish it.
Oh, most definitely. Don't bring nothing to my doorstep, or I will sweep it off. I promise.
Okay.
So, first fight.
Wait. Have you been trained in boxing? Retro's curious, and I'm curious too, because I remember when we were watching the last Tyson fight, you seem to really know, like you have a good fighting sense. Does that make sense? Like, you understand like a lot of the, it wasn't like
definitely.
Okay.
I have, I do have some formal boxing training, wrestling background. I also have trained in a little bit of Muay Thai and BJJ. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for those who are unfamiliar.
Yeah, BJJ. Had to clarify that, okay? Because no other BJs that,
Okay. But yes, I do have a little bit. Krav Maga is fucking unpractical, okay? I'm gonna say that right now. I see that. I see it. No. Krav Maga is fucking impractical. Wait,
sorry. Back up. Krav Maga is a type of fighting style, but I forget what country or where it like originates from.
As far as the origins of it goes, I could not tell you. All I know is I've seen people who actually have trained in it. If the person doesn't know what they're doing, yeah, sure. You can get off a lot of crazy stuff. However, if there is anybody who has had any
it's
kind of
Israeli.
background,
It's Israeli. Yeah, it is. It is.
It's Israeli. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in BJJ at all.
Okay.
I'm not BJJ. I don't believe in Krav Maga
Krav
at all.
Maga.
I really don't.
Okay. Because you think that style just doesn't work?
In a street fight, it will not. Krav Maga is very. I say it's practical. If you are sneaking up on someone, you can take them down like fairly easily if they put up a little bit of resistance. But in a street fight, no. It's just not gonna. It's just not gonna be a thing.
Chat. Am I the only one that used to watch, like, even before World Star fights? Well, you could watch videos on YouTube. There were street fights you could see. There was this one big freaking guy. I forget his name. Oh my god, he's like what's his name?
Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo. Yeah. Is he alive? Or did he die?
I think he's. Oh God! I don't let me speak out. Don't let me speak out of turn.
He passed. R.I.P. to Kimbo. I thought he did too, Saturn, but I had to double check Saturn because I have this thing where I can't remember if someone's dead or alive, and it gets really awkward really quick. So I always have to double check. Yeah. So, but yeah, to watch like those Kimbo street fights, like completely different animal compared to boxing and even, MMA, mixed martial arts. So very interesting thing to watch those street fights.
Kimbo.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, I love Kimbo. And watching like you said on I used to watch a lot of street fighting videos on World Star.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sharkeisha. If you know, you know. All right.
I know.
Sharkeisha. No, that was honestly like even with the seeing like some of the bigger street fighters that ended up becoming professional fighters, that was still probably one of the more just outright violent videos that I have seen. Because it was just it was just brutal on her part. It's like, one, I didn't think you could ever at the time. It's like we were all super young. It's like, oh my god, that came from a girl. Like the way that she hit her was just. It's like, oh wow, I know that hurt. That had to hurt you too, because you hit with the underside of your fist, and it made a sound from hitting her in the mouth. I know it hurt.
Mr. Cairo, thank you so much for the sub. 11 months. Next month is going to be a big one for us. It'll be our 1-year anniversary. Don't you know the feeling? That's your prize. That's your prize. Well, thank you so much, the real Mr. Cairo, for 11 months. All right,
I like
EDM.
that comment that he said.
Which comment?
Mr. Cairo. He said, street fights aren't stand off and do your moves. It's drunk lunacy, which is one of the main reasons I try my best not to fight, because you don't know how someone is going to react. You don't know what they have on them. You don't know if they are trained. You just don't know. So fighting is always, and for everyone, should always be a last resort.
Right. They always train that. They say that that's their first teaching in karate, right? Only use these moves if you have to, if necessary. Right?
Oh, yes.
So instead of using dirt, they used his beard to cover the casket. Welcome in, Joshua Tree. All right. So, EDM, let's preface your story here.
Right. So, it's what year is it? 2012, something like that. It's my freshman year of high school. The funny thing about this story is it was an almost fight, but it leads into other things. So I gotta preface this.
Okay.
Friend of mine at the time had a whole bunch of hand sewn hats, just like a lot of them, like a bag full of. You want one? I was like, how much does it cost? He was like, oh, it's fine, just have one. You're my friend, you can have one. I was like, I want the red, black, and white one. And so it's one of those hats, got the ball on top, the ear flaps with the braided pieces hanging down. It's one of those. So I tie it up and I got to hang it off my neck. So I'm walking around school and I feel somebody pull on the hat and take it off my neck. And so I grab it, wrap it around my hand. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he was like, look, bro, this is my hat. And I'm like, what do you mean it's my hat? I just got given this on the bus. He was like, I know who you got it from. He took it from me. This is my hat. I was like, bro, I don't believe that. So it was a back and forth, back and forth. And I was a pretty sheltered kid at the time. And he was like, look, it's like this. Either you let it go or we about to fight right here. And so I fucking let it go. And at that moment, I was like, well, that's never going to happen again. And so a couple of weeks later,
Wait, did you
I
ever talk
actually,
to the
huh?
guy who gave it to you and were you like, yo, bro, did you steal someone's hat and then re-gift it to me? Like, did you ever try to figure out what happened?
I didn't. I just completely let it go because I knew the dude whose hat he said it was like. I knew him. Like we lived in the same fucking neighborhood. Like we would hang out during the summertime, like fucking ride bikes all around the city and shit. Like I knew him. So it's like, I'm not trying to lose a friendship. He was a junior at the time. It's like I'm not trying to fucking lose a friendship because I actually like bro. Bro's actually like really cool. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
All I know is the way that I'm feeling right now, this will never happen again. So after that, that's when I asked my mama. I was like, "Hey, can I join weightlifting?" She was like, "Not this year. You can do it next year." I was like, "All right, cool." But one thing she did let me do, she let me start going to these boxing classes that my friend has been telling me about all freaking summer. All summer he was telling me about it. So she finally started letting me go, and that's when I started my MMA training. There's actually a few videos still up on Facebook from back in the day of some of my old sparring matches. And when I tell you that I've been thrown around a bit. There's this guy. His name's Mike. He was like the top dog there at the camp, and I was, I guess, starting to make a name for myself. Just I don't know why, but I was starting to make a name for myself. So they matched us up, and it was like the biggest turnout that we've had. There was like actual participants there. There was like 15 to 20, and then there was other people that came to watch me and him fight, and it was like 20 to 30. So it was like 50 plus people there, crammed in some guy's backyard in a makeshift ring where me and him was fighting. We went 3 rounds. This is a sanctioned fight, so it wasn't a wild fight, but I do have a story of where I actually had to put hands on someone. But we go. It's like the second round. It's only a minute and a half a pop. And we tie up. I throw a knee to his chest. And as soon as my foot landed, he threw his hip full force right into mine and he judo threw me and kept me in a headlock the entire fucking way down and almost cracked my neck when I landed. I mean, he threw me. My feet were in the air and he slammed me on the freaking ground. Luckily, it was just a sparring match, right?
Right. Luckily, it was
So
just a sparring match. Yes. Hi,
fast
welcome
forward.
in Liquid Malice. And welcome in First Time Chatter. They call me Trouble. All right, fast forward.
Fast forward to 2020. I'm on deployment. I'm on watch. So being on watch, topside, you have your sidearm on your belt. You have your
Sorry, give me 1 second. My dogs are going crazy.
oh yeah, do your thing. Oh, oh no. Yeah, what does throw them bows mean? Fisticuffs, hands, feet, knees, and elbows. Throwing them bows. So, what town you from? In South Carolina or Georgia? How long did it take for him to take you down? Um, if we're talking about just the throw itself, it happened in under 2 seconds. Like it was quick. But keep in mind, this is also when I was 16, 15, 16, somewhere around there. So I was only 170 at the time, and he was pushing 200. So it wasn't necessarily a difficult thing for him to do.
All
You said from
right.
Georgia, Valdosta. I am from Valdosta, Georgia, the deep, deep, deep South.
The deep south. Liquid Malice. Hello, hello. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. Hi, Mr. Sure. And Rick Bulow. Welcome in, Rick. All right. And Kenny Rogers Chicken. Hello. Welcome in, Kenny Rogers. All right. Where can you get a shirt like this? It's a secret. It's a secret, but I'm wearing it because the talks today are all about fights. So I'm more of a lover, not a fighter. I do have a couple fighting stories to tell a little bit later, but normally I am a bit of a lover. Sir Rabbit, thank you for the follow. All right. So, sorry, EDM. Continue on.
So yes, we're on deployment. We are actually ported in by rain at the time. I'm on watch, and I'm on the 22 to 2, so 10 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning. So that's when all the drunk people are coming back on the boat. Now we were given an order to not let anybody go down a specific passageway because that's where the executive officer sleeps, and he didn't want people coming in there being loud, disrupting his sleep or whatever it was he had to do. So we were enforcing that. Of course, people would get upset, but they will be fine. All the way until one of a good friend of mine. Shout out to him. We're still friends to this day, but he's one of the drunk guys who can't necessarily handle their liquor and wants to smash and fight everything.
I hate those, by
All
the way. Those are never
I hate 'em.
fun to go
Hate 'em.
out with. Morning Fox, thank you for the 3-stream streak. Yeah, like I hate that, and a lot of the time, people like that, they're always the ones that want to go out for a night drinking on the town. Meanwhile, you end up having to babysit them and take care of them, and you can't enjoy your own night because they're out there picking fights or getting overly drunk and sick, and you have to babysit them.
I
So,
earned the nickname Daddy for a fucking reason. I have been everyone's father for many a years, even before my own child.
mm-hmm.
So he comes up, we tell him, hey, you can't go down this. He gets a little rowdy. It's like, bro, look, this is from the XO. This is not us. You know us. We don't give a fuck, but this is what they said. And so I blacked out at this point because things started to fucking heat up. What I was told is that he grabbed me by my vest. He was like, "You're gonna let me through. I'm gonna kick your ass." And apparently, I cracked a smile and pulled out my baton and whipped it out. It was like I was about to crack him, but eventually, I put it back up, shoved him off of me, got in stance, and that's when my partner, who was standing watching me, got in between us. It was like, "Look, bro, just go. Don't be fucking loud, and go and sit down." And my partner, like had to tap me in the face a couple of times, like, "Hey, yo, come back." I came back too. I was like, "The fuck just happened?" He was like, "You almost probably went to jail because you almost beat someone's ass with a baton for air quote, no good reason. When I say that I am not a violent person, I'm not. However, I do have my tendencies. I like I said, I like the art of fighting. I like the fact of slight body movements can mean the difference between you getting put on your ass or you landing a clean shot. I like that. And so there's a part of me whenever things start to get ramped up, I do get excited. I'm like, finally, I get to freaking fight somebody. But unfortunately, these fists have not touched someone's face since like 2016. That's it. That's about probably the closest that I have been to a fight in recent years.
So, out of the fights that you've done, would you say you win more, you lose more, kind of even? What would you say?
It depends on my state of mind. If I'm actually trying to win, more times than not, I do win. But if I'm just having fun trying new things out, then it can really go either way. I know that now, being where I'm at right now, I can't say, with 100% certainty that anybody I go up against, I'm gonna win. However, I will say anybody that I go up against, if I have to actually defend myself, is gonna remember me the next day. Like I said, I don't fight
That's
to hurt
fair.
anybody. I only fight for defense. However, I do know a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to hurt people, but I would much rather use words than fists.
That's fair. And you probably are a little bit calculated too before you go into a fight. You're going to size up the situation, analyze it a little bit.
Oh,
Unless
for
it's just
sure.
really heated and like you just see red
For
and
the
jump
most
in.
part, I just like to sit back. I like to sit back, watch things unfold. If I have to step in, then I will step in. But I'm the type of dude that I like to if I go into a restaurant, I sit down, I have to see where all the exits are. It's unfortunately a fucking byproduct of being in the military. I am what do you say? I am a bit paranoid in public. I don't like large groups and things of that nature. Um, I just I'm always on in just expecting the worst out of a home situation.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, EDM. Thank you for being here.
Cheers to you. Now
I
I
find I
have to.
always do that too, though. Like when I go to a restaurant or something like that, I like to have my back to the wall. I like to see
Yes.
the entrances and exits. I like to see who's coming in, who's going out, just for my own personal, I don't know, to compartmentalize a little bit.
That's why I freaking back up. That's why I back into my parking spaces. If I need to go, I need to go.
I see. I think that's just being a bit of a planner. You know what I mean? A situational awareness is the best weapon. Yeah, for sure, Wrinkly, it is.
Mr.
Jason Bourne.
Sure
Yeah.
asks, what fort did I serve in? So I am not I'm not Army, I'm Navy, but the places I have served at, I have served on I've served on the destroyer USS John Paul Jones, DDG 53, currently stationed out of Everett, Washington. And I am currently stationed at Lackland Air Force Base down in San Antonio. Stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's right, Gertie. That's right, Gertie.
Always ready. Mm-hmm.
Now I have to hear. I'm about to say you have to go ahead and tell your story while we're here. Have to hear it.
Mm-hmm. So someone asked earlier, I think it was Matt. He asked, how many fights have you ever been in? Hot and streamy. Welcome in, Chaz. Nice to see you. All right. So I was in one fight, and it was kind of lame, to be honest, but I'll tell it anyway because it's all I have. Okay. So in in elementary school, like I went to a Catholic school, so it was like grade 1 to grade 8. It was actually JK to grade 8 with all the same people. There was no like junior school, middle school, high school situation. It was just JK, SK, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then high school. Okay. So, anyways, the school I went to, so I knew a lot of the kids growing up, right? You know, for a long time over the years. There was this one girl. She was huge, like tall, like burly, like strong. Her nickname
her name was Helga.
Her name was Lisa, but her nickname, EDM, was the Jolly Green Giant. Okay, literally, it was the Jolly Green Giant. Okay, she was big, like she was the tallest girl. Like, she was taller than most of the guys. She was always in the school pictures, standing in the back row, like where the tallest person would go.
Right.
But like very like strong as well, on the bigger side, but not like roly poly. Just trying to give you guys a explanation of what I was up against here. Okay. So, not the Jolly Green Giant. Yes, welcome in, Snaz. Welcome in. Yes, her dad, okay, worked for Atlantic Sugar, and she always had the best snacks because she always had these like Dunkaroos, all of these like cookies and candies, and she had a lot of amazing snacks. She would always trade them at lunch, but to be honest, she was kind of, nobody really liked her. She was a bully. She wasn't roly-poly. She wasn't roly-poly, Saturn, but she was just a big girl. Strong girl. Good eater. She was a good eater with the best snacks, okay? Honestly. But her whole family was like big as strong and tall and big as well. Sadly, I think her father, well, he worked for a sugar company, right? I think he did get diabetes, and I think he passed away of health conditions, some health complications. R.I.P. to her father. But
rest in peace.
Yes. That was years later. Regardless, okay, she was a good eater. She was a good eater girl, okay. But even though she, liked to trade her amazing snacks at lunch, she didn't have the popularity. Okay, she was a bully. She had anger issues. She was mean. And nobody really liked her. She never really had any friends. She was a problem. Like, she just was just a bully. Hi, Matt, welcome in.
Some attention, what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why she didn't like me for many years, but she didn't. It's not like a particular situation happened that I can recall, at least, to have her not like me, but she didn't like me. She didn't like a lot of people. I never usually had to cross her path. Definitely at school, she probably wouldn't fight with anyone, or tried. She still fought a little bit at school, but tried not to. Just because of suspensions, and if you get too many suspensions, you would get expelled, your parents would get involved, this, that, and the other. So, and I lived on the north side of the school, she lived on the south side of the school, so I never really saw her too much when we left school, because I went one way, she went the other. I was best friends with a bully for years. Really, Wednesday fella? Well, I mean, listen to the story. So, one day I went to my other friend Veronica's house to get something. Usually I would go over to my friend Veronica's house, who lived close to this other girl, or like in the same direction of this other girl, Lisa. And usually I would go to hang out at Veronica's house for hours. So, I would just go into her house and stay there. But this time I just had to grab something from her house. I think I may have left like a shirt or something there. Something I left, and I needed to go pick it up. Okay. So I just stopped off at Veronica's house, grabbed what I needed to grab, and then I was heading home. But Lisa must have stayed a little bit late after school, and she was walking home from school when I was walking past her direction. We were in the park, like, you know how there's like bicycle paths in the park?
Yeah.
So I was just like walking on this, it's like a shortcut, right? You're walking in the middle of the park and not like on the residential street. So I was there like walking in the park on the bike path, and so was she. And I didn't even realize she was like coming up to me in the beginning. um and then it was kind of too late. By the time she came up to me, she just came in swinging. Chat.
Oh wow.
She came in swinging, and I didn't even do anything. Like, it was so unprovoked. But I mean, I knew she didn't like me for many years. But she came in and she kind of, with a closed fist, sort of like, just keep in mind, she's tall, like probably like a tall lady, like fuck. She's probably 5'10", 5'11".
Oh,
Like, she's big. At least that's what she seemed like. It was probably like grade 8. This was grade 8. And usually,
wow.
yeah, and usually girls they grow like quicker, faster than men. So she was probably 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", let's say 5'10". And there's little Anne over here, okay? But anyway, she came in with a closed fist and she sort of bear pawed at me, kind of like hit me like across. So by the time like I looked, she was clobbering me. But so she clobbered me and she first hit me right across the ear.
Ooh.
So, and it was hard with a closed fist, kind of like swung at me. It hit me in the ear and my ear was ringing. My ear instantly started ringing and it knocked me down and I kind of like saw stars for a second, but there was definitely a big ring in my ear. It kind of just, oof, indeed, X-Men. It discombobulated me for a second. Yeah, it did. I had never been hit before. I had never seen stars. My ear had never rung like that. Like, I was like a little bit, confuzzled. But she probably thought, because again, chat, she was the bully, biggest girl, probably in the whole school, and she probably thought that I was going to get scared, maybe start crying. I don't know what she thought. Again, she came in, this was unprovoked. Like, nothing, she didn't say anything to me. I didn't say anything to her for this to just happen. But again, I already knew she didn't like me for a long time. But still, she wouldn't have done that at school, so I didn't think she was going to do this in the park, walking home from school. But I could have benefited from some Krav Maga, yeah. But anyway, so she probably thought I was going to like start crying and run home or something, but I didn't. I got mad. I instantly saw red, and I got pissed off at her. And I was like, what are you doing, right? And I fucking started coming at her, and I started like, I wasn't punching straight in. Like, I had no technique, guys. I was just a girl flailing my arms.
Windmilling.
I was windmilling, like, just fucking, like, like whatever I could do, just closed fist, just hitting her. And I'm like, because I was like, what are you doing? And I came at her. And that kind of shocked her a little bit. I don't think she expected me to do that. I went and I fought back, and I didn't knock her down or anything like that, clearly, but she didn't think I was gonna do that, and so she kind of just like started walking on her way, and then I started walking on my way, and like that was it. That's how it ended. She may have shouted something to me from the distance. I may have shouted something for her from the distance. This was a while ago. But it like just kind of came in like that. She came in, she attacked me. I fucking fought back. She backed off and started walking away. Kind of like fight or flight response, I guess. And then here's the real kicker, chat. Here's the real kicker. Like, you know how guys will end up fighting and then become friends afterward?
Mm-hmm.
Usually girls are not that way at all. Usually girls, they get sour and they will hold their anger, and like, if they fight you once, that's it. It's over. They hate you forever situation. Well, maybe because Lisa was a bit of a bully, and I know she fought other people and shit all the time. She maybe had more of a mentality of like a dude. I don't know. But take this in, chat. This was in grade 8. We ended up parting our ways. We went to different high schools. This was near in the summertime, like probably in the early June of grade 8, going into grade 9, going into high school. Porkip, yes. Exclamation Discord. Hang out in the Twitch stream queue and I'll drag you in, Porkip. So, we ended up going to different high schools. I went to the school for the arts and she went to like a local school, right? So I never ended up seeing her, but take this in. She started adding me on Facebook to be her friend and stuff on Facebook afterward, like it was nothing. Then she started messaging me, "Hey Anne, I hope you're well. How you doing? La la la." Like nothing had happened. She
Nothing
messaged me, and then she like continued. She's still my friend on Facebook to this day. Chat. That's how I know her dad passed away. But so I don't get it.
It's not weird. It's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. You gained her respect that day. You're like, I'm about to charge you and see what happens. You stood your ground. She was like, all right, I like that. This is somebody I can talk to.
And then I guess I gained her respect that from doing that, from fighting back with her.
That's exactly what happened. That's what happens with a lot of bullies with when you're in grade school. A lot of them are either A, misunderstood, B, got a lot of stuff going on at home, or C, they just want to see if somebody's going to stop them. Like, there's some. I had a friend of mine who was actually exactly like that. I was like, bro, why do you always start in fights? It's like, because I can. It's like, who's going to stop me?
Yeah. That's like this girl. Like, it was like, I don't know. I mean, she didn't have a lot of friends in school. She was a bully. She started a fight with me. It was so unprovoked. It did catch me off guard. You know, my ear had never rung before from being hit in the ear. Like, I had never like seen stars before like that, you know? But something clicked in me at that point when she just started hitting me for no reason. If I quote unquote deserved it, and that's a whole nother story to say you deserved it, but you know what I'm saying, chat? If I did something wrong to, you know, to start and insinuate a fight to happen, I could understand it. But I didn't. She just started coming at me. The word is humiliation. Did you win? There was no winning. There was no losing. But she fought me. I fought back. And then she backed off and started walking, and I started walking the other direction, like we were already going in other directions. She literally was just walking by me in a park and started.
It was a cat fight.
Yeah. But it wasn't cat fight. It wasn't cat fight like that though, because you would think a cat fight would be hair pulling and scratching. There was none of that. of that.
No. When I say cat fight, I mean in the sense of just two cats who seem like they're not doing anything. They get in the scuffle and then they keep going like nothing happened. Not necessarily, you know, the specifics of the fight, just the randomness of the fight, and then just keep going like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was exactly it. So it was really fucking weird. And the weirdest part was she tried to be my friend afterward on social media, and I joined, and I'm still friends with her. She ended up losing a lot of weight. She's still big, tall, but she's not as bulky anymore. She moved to, well, you guys wouldn't know the area, but she moved a little bit further up north. Still, I don't think she has that many friends, to be honest. I don't think she ever became really like popular. She's always been a little bit of a weird social sort of outcast type of girl.
Well, before I go and get out of here, I have one more thing that I wish to say.
Alrighty, DM.
I do not wish violence on anyone. I do not encourage anyone in here to go out and seek violence. However, as Gertie said previously, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. I believe Teddy said, walk quietly but carry a big stick, meaning know how to defend yourself, know how to defend the things that you love and the things that you care about, but never go out seeking violence. I promise words are a whole lot more impactful than your fists. All right? Talk it out. Try to de-escalate a situation at all costs. And if you have to, make sure that you go home. All right?
Make sure, if you have to, make sure you're the one going home. That's a great last closer. Nice closer statement. Make sure that you go home in one piece.
Well, yes, ma'am. Well, I thank you for having me on. As always, chat, you guys are beautiful people. Thank you for keeping this all entertaining.
Thank you for coming on, EDM. The pleasure is all ours, and we'll see you in chat.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, EDM. All right, that was EDM Demon. We have a couple callers. There's been some callers coming in and out, waiting backstage. So, guys, if you were here before, like waiting, like I think Atomic was waiting, come on back if you have the time. All right, but let's bring in another caller waiting in the wings. Hi, Helldog. Hi, Nature, my love. Thank you for the compliment, Nature, my love. J-Star. Hi to everybody new here. Hello, hello. All right. Mr. Sure, thanks for the follow. All right, let's bring on our next caller. Hi, greetings, and welcome in. It is what it is, sure. Hi, welcome in. I may have let them wait backstage for too long. They might not know. Hello, hello. Or they're getting their mic set up. Oh, now the mic's muted. Now it's not. Hi. I think they know that. I have the time, but I don't think I should share the story. Okay, okay, if you don't want to share the story, Atomic, I respect that. Hi, welcome in. Hello, hello. Oh, and they just dipped. They muted the mic and they just dipped. They might have tech issues right now, so maybe they're restarting their... Oh, hold on. Hello, hello, welcome in. Hello. They're gone. All right, let's bring a next caller in. Hi, Tolo, welcome in.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Thank you for calling.
I gotta mute you on. Oh no, I gotta mute you over here.
You just have to mute the stream.
Yeah, now I can probably.
He is super cool.
No, it's actually kind of the reverse, right? Oh no, maybe you are right.
Yep, you want to mute the stream and talk to me in Discord.
Bear with me for a second. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just try to speak into the mic a little bit more, please.
Oh, it's on my headphones.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll just try to speak a little louder. I don't know if that's a little bit better.
That's perfect.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, well, thank you for calling in. So,
how do you want to begin this?
Just start wherever you'd like to start. Have you ever been in any fights before?
Oh, plenty.
Memorable ones. Let's start with your most memorable.
Well, I would say the last honorable fight that I had was against a gentleman that was much larger than me at a bar. He had cheated on his girlfriend and was giving me shit when I was trying to be kind of nice to him while we were playing pool. And he kept antagonizing me, calling me gay, derogatory names and so on and so forth. And then I essentially just challenged this guy to go out back in the bar in the hometown that I'm from. And as it proceeded, we had some like kind of ground rules. We were not gonna, swing for the fences and so on. It was like a gentleman's battle. But as soon as the fight started, it was all shit and everything was open arms. And
there was hair pulling, there was spitting, there was hitting below the belt.
Oh yeah, everything. And it got to a point where, mind you too, I'm a veteran, so that I took a couple hits just to see where this guy was at and how pissed off he was. And honest to God, I got into the pocket, felt that like Mike Tyson punch out kind of fury, and I had connected with a right hook that made the guy spin. And I've never made anyone spin in a fight and like land on the ground.
With a right hook, you like your fist connected with his jaw,
yeah.
and he just spun around?
He literally spun. This guy was like 300 pounds. I'm probably 100, or no, I would say like about 220 at the time. And I made the guy spin in a fight. Mind you, too, he had bloodied me up. He gave me a couple good hits. Like, to be fair to him, like, because he's not here, obviously, but like, I still have the scar on my eyebrow to the day, and I've never seen anyone like act like a top, especially a 300-pound man. Because I just, like I said, I was in that pocket, lowered my center of gravity, right hook right to his jaw, made him spin, and then instead of being so fucking ruthless and kicking him in the head or the temple and making him a fucking retard, I helped him up and we stopped the fight.
Oh, that's
And
how the fight ended? Because you helped him up and then it stopped the fight?
Yeah, I just like
Thank you,
ended
Senator.
it. Yeah, that was
Thank you,
how
Gertie.
that's how it ended. But like I've never been shown the same mercy in a fight ever. I've been kicked in the head where I thought I was gonna die. I have had a beer bottle broken over me where I was scarred. I've had um, groups of people hold me back from fighting a little shrimp dick asshole that's a cokehead. Because there is a level of intimidation that I do have, and there is that perception of reality that they have a fair fight. It doesn't exist.
So
'cause it
why
is
didn't they want you to fight this little shrimp dick asshole cokehead? Because it wasn't a fair fight?
Don't know. I was sitting at a bar, and everyone colluded with this individual. I don't really know. It doesn't. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter after the point. But I understand who he is, where he is, who he dates, and who he associates with in relation to me and my personal life. And no harm has come after that point. But if there is an opportunity where I can bash his fucking skull in, yeah, I would probably take that opportunity to do so. Just let him know, like, you want to play dirty, I'll play dirty too. Instead of actually being a man and fighting me like the other guy, the 300-pound shrimp dick asshole that cheated on his girlfriend. Mind you, too, I'm
In game, of
a
course, wrinkly. In game, of course, yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things where like I'm pretty sick of like cokehead asshole douchebag guys that seem to get laid by all the girls because they've got money or some kind of like drug that they give them as an opportunist, and that's some sort of like alluring factor to women. It's kind of disgusting.
Right. They take the bait, though. Right.
Oh, they certainly do. They certainly do.
So it's who do you get mad at that point? The person luring them in, or the idiot girl that takes the bait? And
I'm willing to give reprieve to the girl, but I definitely hold some level of contempt towards them for being a fucking idiot.
So are you do you go to are you a local at a bar or a pub or something like that, and you see, because it seems like you watch a lot of these people, but you're not necessarily friends with them, so maybe you're crossing their path at like a pool hall or something like that?
No, I actually have tried to stay away from those particular environments, after a certain point. It doesn't, like, I would go to like make friends and stuff like that, but then I realized, like, wait a minute, everyone's fucking doing coke, everyone's smoking weed, everyone knows this guy or that guy or gal, and they're not good people. So why the fuck am I here?
Right.
Obviously, like, if you kind of put yourself in that environment, you're inviting negativity into your life. But like for me, I kind of like let that go because like I would get off working 16 hours or an 8-hour shift or something like that, and I just wanted to like relax. But apparently when you go to relax, like, that's when like coked out assholes need to get their frenzy on and take it on out on someone that they don't know, they don't give a fuck about, and don't care if they get any charges about. So there's
Coke is
that.
one hell of a drug.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fucking pathetic. I saw a lot of people just like ruin their lives with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very thankful that I never like fell into it. I always just like smoked weed, or if there was, we're at the bar and people went out and had a blunt or something like that. Like, yeah, I partake shit like that and have a good time. But it was the snotty gaggers, I like to call them, ruining the vibe and just kind of diminishing any sort of like fun in an atmosphere because they were trying to sling whatever they were trying to do. So
Right,
there's
right.
that.
Crash, welcome in. Big Tom wonders, ever end up in jail before Tolo?
No, I have. No, I've never been to jail. I might have sent some people to jail, but myself, I was always, again, like, given my stature, my weight, how I presented myself, people didn't typically give me a hard time, you know. So few and seldom gave me, like, again. I had there's an anecdote that I could talk to you about, but like there would always be like a gang of people that would stop me from fighting the shrimp dick asshole that was the cokehead that weighed 170 pounds, and I was the fit 220-pound guy that would cave their skull in. So
Right.
there's that.
Weapon of mass destruction. Gundam, welcome in. Hello, Gundam. And hello, Wade. Nice to see you. Gertie7. Happy Thursday, Gertie. Cheers. I'm drinking a dark German beer tonight in this lovely Sons of Kent pint glass. So, cheers, everyone.
Rock German beer.
Hi, Swede. Nice to see you. Sweetheart, as you can tell by the shirt, I'm much more of a lover, not a fighter. This is the beer I'm drinking right now. I don't know. Once in chat if you've ever seen this beer or tried it before. It's a German beer from Munich, a 5.5%. No, it's not Voodoo Ranger, but that's a good IPA, Mr. Sure. I'm not really an IPA person before. But I've heard of Voodoo Ranger. This is a 5.5%. ABV. Nice. King Kamal has. Wrinkly has. Gertie, no. Saturn, no. All right. Could not pronounce that same. We need someone German to pronounce that for us. Dunkel me nuts. Did you just D's nuts joke me that? Joke me that?
Ligma?
Ligma? A D's nuts situation? Dunkels are good beers. They are. This is a dark Dunkel. So cheers, guys. So, yeah, we went there. We went there, Retro. So, I can kind of get what you're saying, Tolo, about you were kind of a weapon of mass destruction. Like
never
shredded.
wanted to be.
Well,
never like. It was like the meme gondola. I always wanted to be just like a peaceful observer, but people needed to prove themselves or so on and so forth. Like the 300-pound guy that I knocked out, last honorable fight that I actually had with a guy, which was 1-on-1, not 15-on-1 holding me back. So it was, I actually appreciate that fight. Because when I picked the guy up, he just was like, okay, yeah, like you could have killed me, but you let me live, and I could have stomped his skull in, crushed his throat, everything else, but that wasn't the case. And frankly, it's kind of pathetic at that point where I'm going out and trying to like make friends, and it was just surmounting to just fights. And it didn't, like, that's why I don't go to bars anymore. It's just kind of fucking retarded.
Well, like, honestly though, Tolo, if this person didn't really do you dirty, like didn't harm your loved ones or yourself or really do something worthwhile, like, would those thoughts even cross your mind to like, yeah, I could have killed him, I could have stomped on him and done this and done that? Or like, I just feel like someone...
No, but what you're not acknowledging is, though, if that I wasn't in the possession of power or dominance in the fight, there would be no mercy that would be shown on to me from that individual. whereby I could have been killed. And frankly, in different stories, I took a beating. Like I definitely got kicked in the head. Like I saw everything shut down like it's a TV screen turning off the power.
Whoa.
And there was no mercy, and I could have been killed, and I could have had brain damage. I have been there. And I don't think a lot of people can say that. And frankly, you know, it's there is no fucking honor nowadays. It's really who you know, who likes you, and do you have a bag of coke?
Yeah, I think with street fights, it's dirty. It's
Oh,
there
very
are
much
no
so.
rules, right?
No, there aren't. No, it's not UFC. It's not Krav Maga. It's not kickboxing. It's not
Yeah.
anything. You know,
There's
it's
no
just
MMA in it, right?
no. There's no rules. You know. So the sad thing is that what came of that was like an infamous reputation that didn't allude to me having any sort of like profitability or success with like dating or anything like that because they just saw me as like a guy that showed up at a bar, drank, and then got into a fight. And it's pretty pathetic because the ones that have the coke that start the rumors were orchestrating the rumors. So that even if I found someone that was like kind of attractive, there's no way. There's just no way due to social networks.
Okay, so I'm curious now, Tolo. Are you in a relationship now? Have you found, a lovely lady? You married or
No.
committed?
Oh no.
You haven't found anyone.
No. I've been single for like 2 years at this point. I dated a Haitian woman for about a year, and she exhibited some level of bizarre possession that made me wonder
Voodoo.
why she was yeah, it was like a Baron 70 fucking voodoo, like where I thought she was only trying to be in the relationship to get me married to her so that she gained citizenship and so on and so
Haitian,
forth.
Haitian.
Oh yeah, they're fucking crazy, crazy people. Just all they do is just gaslight you, gaslight the family members, gaslight the children, gaslight, and then take no accountability to any of their actions was the most unattractable thing that I've ever encountered in my life. And I've dated Jewish women too, and all they do is complain like Jerry Seinfeld, and that's their love language. And it's just frankly fucking exhausting.
I love Seinfeld, by the way. I literally posted a clip of Seinfeld when George comes in with that winter coat, that big puffer coat, because it's like a
Yeah.
cold spell right now here. So I literally posted a Seinfeld video today, but I totally know what you're saying, Tolo. I totally
Yeah.
get what you're saying. Hi, first time chatter. Welcome in.
It's just
Facil.
too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this
And
point too.
Kata
Sorry.
Zelots, thank you for the compliment as well. Thank you. All right. It can be a little too much. So I was just wondering, like, okay, if you mentioned you don't really go to the club scene, the bar scene, the pool hall scene much anymore because you don't really like connect with those type of people. They're really into like drugs and fighting, and you know what I mean. You're just so. Where does one go to find someone nowadays? That's kind of off topic though. Hi, first time chatter. Welcome in,
No,
Jester.
I don't actually. I don't even think it's really that off topic. I mean, for me, I can only speak for myself, but like, I have essentially regressed into being a hermit and dating someone that I would want to be with. I don't. I'm actually more comfortable with just being alone because I'm working on things that would allow me to move into a better position of like financial future as opposed to what I have known. And like, mind you, too, I work as a healthcare worker, so like, um, there is some level of profitability with the amount of labor that I have put into the time and grade with that, so to speak. But I'm at a point where like I would like to transition to like a desk job, a manager, working remotely, and I'm putting in the effort to get to that point because the pathetic thing, and I think this is really ultimately truly fucking pathetic because of our society now. If I needed a woman or I wanted a woman, I could buy her. And to find some sort of synergy or compatibility with another individual that's like-minded like me, it's not going to happen. It's again, I regress to either you have to be absolutely fucking loaded, you're Jerome, or you're Chad, or you've got a bag of coke.
Don't say that. Never say never. I totally understand where you're coming from. But don't be closed-minded and say I'm never going to find a woman because I don't have those things. You just have to be open-minded and just do your own thing. You will find someone eventually when you're confident, and when
No,
you're just.
I think that's where we disagree, my dear. Is that I am confident, but I'm choosing not to be a certain way, and I think that's in my benefit because it would usher in a level of contention that I don't want to be a part of. Like I don't like, as much as I hate to say it, like I generally don't care about the company of other people. I generally don't care about conversing in small talk with fucking people. I generally don't care about the feelings of others. And it's sad because I am a healthcare worker, but after 8 years of bullshit working in that field, and then knowing that
It's jaded you. You just said you don't care about the feelings of others?
yeah,
That's a big problem.
Yeah, I really don't. I really like. I'm at a point where I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Just eat shit and die and go to hell.
God.
You know, just fucking die. And like, even when I converse with fucking people, like I'm like, I don't hesitate to just let them know, frankly, like, you're a bag of shit, and you know, if you don't like me,
I
after a
shouldn't
certain
be
point-
laughing. I mean, you does sound like a downer. You sound like a downer. Like, I'm just going to be straight with you.
How so?
You
Could
sound
elaborate?
jaded. You sound jaded. Like, I know we're off topic. I
Can
know
you
we're
blame me? Can you fucking blame me? I've had multiple girlfriends that ended up fucking Chad or Jerome, or were doing nefarious things behind my back when I wasn't jaded. And then really what this is what I'm the byproduct of is a bunch of bullshit that happened over 10 to 15 years or the last 20 that cultivated the summation that is my present given day. So I'm a byproduct of the society I found myself in. And
Right.
like, frankly, if I was going to be like college elitist right here, right, for a moment, I'm only the byproduct of the sociological influences that get brought me to the given day. So
I
to say
agree.
that I'm
Chat's on your
jaded-
side. You know, they're saying that it's a deep form of trauma. This is a defense mechanism. I know you're not trying to be this way.
No,
You know?
I'm not. I don't.
Right.
It's just like it is a PTSD. It truly is. And to get help for it or talk to someone that is a professional, there's eye rolls, there's discrimination, there's a lot of different things. Mind you, too, I'm a vet. I was in the fucking army, and it's like, oh, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No, it's called stop being a fucking cunt and help me out here so I can, like, you know, go work a job where I'm not discriminated against. You know, but I digress.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Tolo. I do have to let you go. There's a few people waiting backstage, but
Oh no, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. It was a great avenue to express my feelings. So thank you.
I'm glad that you were able to be honest with us and let it out. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some real experiences, real callers here. So you gave me exactly what I was looking for. So thank you for that. And please call in next time there's another topic that that you would like to talk about. Thank you so much, Tolo. See you in chat. All right, that was Tolo. I do have some people backstage. So let me just bring them in order of waiting there to the best of my knowledge. Let's bring in that onesie fella. Greetings and welcome in, that onesie fella. Welcome in.
Wait, I need to mute you.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How are you, that onesie fella?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad. Onesie fella, tell us. I feel like you're much more of a lover, not a fighter. Have you ever been in a fight before?
Yes, I have. I'm more of a pacifist, 100%. I don't like fighting, but I fight for the right things, 100%.
Okay. I would love to hear what the right things are. And it is an accent-winning mizzle. Irish accent.
Yes, I am Irish. And
Yes.
if I cut out, I'm sorry. We're currently going through a red warning at the moment for weather. So
Oh, what's a red warning?
yeah,
Snow?
a danger to life. So it's wind at the moment.
Wind. Ooh. Okay. Good to know, onesie fella. I'll let you know if you cut out, okay?
So yes, I have fought. I have growing up. I had a what I thought was a best friend, and we did everything together until he changed his ways and he turned on me.
Okay. And you
So
ended
we
up
were in
fighting with him.
Yep,
Okay.
and we were in school. So he beat me up.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Honestly, initially I don't know. And then he beat me up again. And then he beat me up a third time. Because, like, I don't fight. I don't want to hurt people. It's not in my nature. And then maybe 5 or 6 times he beat me up. And then I lost my absolute shit.
Okay. Welcome in, Safi. Welcome in.
So
Sorry. So he
fifth or
fought you 4 times.
at least. And then on the 5th or 6th time, I lost my absolute shit.
Right. You had just, taken too much at that point.
Yeah.
Right? And you snapped.
See
I'm the
that?
same
Yeah.
way.
And
sounds like a toxic
on
relationship. It does.
The 5th or
Toxic
6th time, I actually can't remember it, but all I remember is I was on top of him, absolutely beating the shit out of him, and his mother walked around the corner and started roaring at him because she knew what he was like. And
His
that
own
was
mother
the last
knew
time.
what he was
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a problem. He's a problem. Usually your mother always loves you. Oh.
And that was literally the last time that he ever put a hand on me.
Onesie
And
fella,
growing up, like, literally, I have never fought anyone except him.
I don't think that was your friend. I don't think that was your friend, onesie fella. You're not even a fighter.
Now,
No, at the time. Why would he fight you 4 times?
well, at the time, I didn't think I had anyone else. You know, you're young, you don't understand that kind of thing.
Right.
But growing up and understanding it, I am so glad. Like, I hate to say it, but don't let anyone dominate you. You know, if there's someone that's picking on you, there is a time in your life where you have to retaliate.
Right. I would do the same. After you fought back the fourth time, he never fought you again. Why is that?
Well,
Because you stood up
don't
for
know.
yourself? Was he a bully?
Oh, he used
Yeah.
to bully everyone in school. But
So you stood
for
up for
me-
yourself. And then he never
Oh,
fought you
yeah.
again. Right?
For me, I feel like he felt like I was stronger that one time. And that is all it takes.
Right. Right. So that's kind of like my situation where I fought that girl.
Yeah.
And she was the bully. It was like she went at me, I fought back, and then she ended up befriending me on social media afterward. It's like nothing had happened. Like I think she literally like I earned her respect because I fought back. It was so
100%.
weird. Yeah.
And do you know what? I have 100%. I still have respect for him. He still lives across from me,
Wow.
and I still say hi to him every day.
How's he doing in his personal life, onesie fella? Just between us.
He's not doing good.
Not doing good. I didn't think
No.
he would. Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. Does he have any friends or
Friends? That's a loose term. He has
acquaintances?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say it's acquaintances. He has people who hang around with him. Unfortunately, like, honestly, personally, I'm sure he is a good person. He's been through a lot. Maybe I'm too nice in a sense. I gave everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But 100%, no, he's been through a lot. But everyone knows him as the town bully.
Yeah, and honestly, chat, I feel like if like bullies, they don't end up doing well. Like it's kind of like a dictatorship. You know, people might fall in line due to fear, right? But you're never going to win over any hearts if they're scared of you. And a lot of the bullies that I've heard of back in, like, you know, elementary school and high school, a lot of those bullies are not doing very well these days. I don't know, chat, am I the only one? Like, ones in chat, if you know any bullies, like, that were younger and they didn't make much out of their lives, you know? It's like, it's sad,
100%.
actually. Yeah. So all of the bullies ended up being washed out. Right. Jeffrey Dahmer, well, that was a little bit different. Was he a bully? Okay. It is. It's life's
I'm not
irony.
laughing, but
It is. English is not my mother tongue. That's okay. No worries. All right. So, hi. Welcome in Euphoria. Well, onesie fella, thank you for calling in, because it's interesting that you called in. You were friends with a bully for many years. He fought you 4 times. The 4th time you had enough. You snapped, you fought back, and he never fought you again, and almost gained a little bit of respect for you. On that 4th.
No, he actually messaged me like a year ago, asked me how I was doing.
Yeah, so isn't that weird? I find that so
100%.
strange. Thanks for the follows, guys. Yeah. Just like the bully who fought me ended up like befriending me, and like nothing had happened. I guess it was so typical for her That, like, her fighting someone in the park after school was typical fare. That was just an everyday occurrence. For me, it was like that never happens, right? So for me, I was like taken aback by it. But for her, it was just like nothing, like nonchalant. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, let me add Anne as a friend. See what she's up to.
I feel like is they wanted to grow up and understand how people react and become adults and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Oh, BBC, thank you for stopping by and for the kind words. For the woman with the biggest heart around these parts. Thank you so much, BBC. Hope you're having a great day. So yeah. All
I
right.
definitely hold no grudges. Not
Right.
at all.
Yeah, I mean, someone was saying it makes sense from the perspective that they're gaslighting you in order to keep getting energy and attention from you. Yeah, I'm negative attention, but it was an attention nonetheless. Absolutely. So, yeesh.
I'm sure the bullies have been through a lot more than what we have been through. That's what I like to think. Maybe I'm too soft. I don't know.
No, his name is Big Black Cat. And it could stand for, the abbreviation could stand for British Broadcasting Corporation. But you can look back at the message. His name is Big Black Cat XO. BBC for short. Get your minds out of the gutter. Out of the gutter. All right. Onesie fella, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. We will see you in chat, and I'm going to get to a couple more callers that we have waiting backstage.
Good night, chatters.
Good night, onesie fella. I almost said good night, BBC. Okay, that was that onesie fella. By the way, I hope you're staying safe, onesie fella, with the red, what's it called again? A red flag warning or something like that? So, I hope you're staying safe with those extremely high winds. All right, let's bring in our next caller. I'm not sure who got here first. Let's try this new caller, okay? Let's try this new caller. Greetings and welcome in.
Hey there, Anne.
Hi, thank you for calling in. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Your outfit is absolutely adorable.
Aw, thank you. Is this that Thai guy?
No, I am actually Cuban, but I don't know how you got Thai and Cuban confused. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take.
No, because
that.
I can't. I
I'll
don't know
take
your name. I can't see your name.
No,
Just
your thing came up as a suggestion. I have a few that stream that do this, so I just thought I might as well just call in and ask for a female's advice on something that I have going on, if you don't mind.
Well, the topic today is fights.
Oh,
if you don't mind.
Fighting.
Oh,
Fights.
yes.
Got
That's
you.
the topic today. So
that is the topic.
yeah, if you've ever thrown them bows, so to speak.
I have. Funny story is, I'll just throw this one in so Chatter can get a good laugh out of it or not. So I was born in Cuba. If you know anything about Hispanics grew up with a very manly ego, like type of ego, right?
Okay.
So it was this downstairs kid's. His name was Dylan or Diane. Diane. I don't know how to say it in English. Anyways, so I forgot what the altercation was about. Anyways, he was like 3 or 4 years older than me, so he kicked my ass. This was my first fight ever. I come in crying. My dad is literally like looking at me in disappointment after I just like literally came in crying. Had like a black eye or something like that. It's like, what the hell happened to you? This, and that. I'm like, oh, Diane, he kicked my ass. I think we fought over a toy. He didn't want to give me my toy back. He literally just goes, well, I don't care what it takes. You better go back out there and get your toy back. I'm not helping you out. So I'm very, I don't know if I'm in the spectrum or anything like that, but if you tell me to do something, I'm definitely going to do that, right? So guess what I did? I went back outside and I got my ass handed to me twice. I came back in here crying again, and I'm like, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even want the toy at this point. He can have it. Yeah, so that's one of my other fights. The other fights was when I came here at the age of 7. I had a very thick accent at the time, so I would make I would always get made fun of at school because I would always be either talking either broken English at the time or um, thick Spanish. So there was this kid bullying me at school, and I told my uncle about it, and my uncle told me the same thing almost as my dad. Again, manly type of situation. So my
Manly
uncle told me, "Well, what are you gonna do about it?" And I'm like, I don't know. What should I do? Okay, you're gonna go back in there tomorrow. You're gonna find him, and you're gonna get into a fight with him. Well, needless to say, that I got expelled. Well, not expelled. Suspension.
Suspended. Was
My
your
mom
dad
got
an ex-boxer or something? He's always telling you to go in there and fight. Get
That
back
was
in
my
the
uncle
ring,
this time around. I
son.
don't know. I guess they just grew up with a lot of childhood trauma, and they were just like first instinct is just to throw hands.
Mhm.
I've gone to therapy. I've managed to control that anger, so it's nightly sealed right now. But if it comes out, it's coming out. But the funny story about that one is my mom was the one that got the call. So she was at work, so she couldn't even come and pick me up. So she calls my uncle, who literally, and I quote, "Your son said that his uncle told him to come back here today, find him specifically, and kick his ass." So my mom already knew what my uncle said. So I kind of didn't get my ass handed that much time that time around. My uncle got a little bit more of the yelling, but those have been
Those
those,
spicy Cubans. Don't get
yeah,
them mad.
yeah,
Don't let them see
yeah,
red. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
those are pretty.
that's about it. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and sharing my stories. Hopefully, one of these days, I'll check your Discord and see whenever you personally are having data advice, and I'll come in and I'll try to get in a call with you. Chatter,
Yeah.
you all have a blessed night, and
Thank
it was a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you for calling. And talk to you
Yeah.
later. Bye.
You got it. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye. Now, chat. I will be doing e-dates again. But sometime in the near future, maybe like February, Valentine's situation. I might even have like a dating game show situation happen. But not this month. Okay, we're not doing any e-dates or dating advice this month, but I actually do go on e-dates with people. We're just kind of taking a little break from the e-dates for a little while just to keep it fresh. Thank you for the follow. All right, but I will be getting back into the e-dates, but not this month. Not this month. So hang tight. Keep watching. Keep checking back. Keep me tabbed up, and I will be doing e-dates. Just it's only a matter of time. And some of the calls that we do as well have to do with relationships as well. So it just so happens today the topic is fighting, but what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about work stories. We have talked about best and worst dates. Usually I try to keep the dating content for like Saturdays. I don't know why, but just weekends. I usually have the dating content on Saturdays. So check back on Saturdays. The dates are just talking in front of everyone, X-Men. Like, that is with video and microphone. So you would need a camera and a mic in order to come on. We have an e-date application form. Check out the Discord. You can fill out the e-date application form. I'll know you're interested, and I will contact you at that point to arrange a date and a time. All right, let's bring on our next guest. The one, the only, Atomic. Greetings and welcome in, Atomic. I don't know if my girlfriend would like that. Bring her on. With her permission, of course, Busy. And just want to have full disclosure as well, Busy. Thanks for bringing up that point. The e-dates are for entertainment purposes only. I will not be, if you win or if the e-date goes well, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be having like an IRL date with me or anything like that. So just want to put that out there. The e-dates are always for entertainment purposes only. Actually, all of these calls, the Discord call-ins, the e-dates, it's all for entertainment purposes only, guys. Okay, I'm not a therapist. I'm not pretending to be. Just saying, guys, just saying. Don't want to crush your hopes and dreams here, but I'm not a therapist, and all of that good stuff, okay? Atomic, can you hear us? You are live.
I can, yeah.
Welcome in, Atomic.
Well, thank you. I'm curious about this whizzing in my pants, or no, I'm sorry, winning gamizzle. I'm not sure what you expect from me. Like, I don't make shit up. My life's interesting enough. I don't have to.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And
I mean, if you want a story, I can write one for you.
No. I want the real shit. Give me the real stuff. And that was the full disclaimer, Chaz. The full disclaimer. But yeah, so I don't know why he's calling you out winning. I have no idea.
Because you called me out.
Oh, see, we got a 10 out of 10 here. Sheesh. It's fight night, okay? Everyone's wanting a fight, Atomic, so just be prepared. Everyone's in that mood tonight, okay?
All right, well, I'm going to start by saying I'm a pacifist. I don't fight anymore. I'm
You're
too
a
old
lover.
for that shit.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
I am. Now, I will say that there's a limit. There are lines that, once those lines are crossed, you know.
Okay, tell us though, like, what is crossing the line to you?
If you hurt a person, sexually assault a person, if you torture a person, if you do anything like that, or you try to take rights away from a person or marginalize a person, and I'm not saying like politically, but I mean like put them in jail or something like that, then we're gonna have an issue.
Okay.
And
so the poor, the weak, the nimble, the frail don't
I
hurt
like
those
to think
peeps.
so. Yeah, and you know, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a violent person. I don't think about violence. I don't advocate violence. But if it comes to it, and somebody pushes me over the line, you will lose. That's all there is to it.
I love this preface. I love it. Preface. Love it. Tell us, what did someone do to cross the line for you, the pacifist, self-proclaimed pacifist, to actually fight?
Okay, well, I gotta throw out some trigger warnings because this involves sexual assault.
Oh.
So if anybody doesn't want to hear that, you know, I'll give you a couple of minutes to mute or check out or whatever.
Okay. It's getting interesting.
In the meantime, I'll say it's very cold here today. It was in the 20s.
Yeah, it's cold here as well.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
probably even colder up there.
Yeah, minus 15, minus 20 with the wind chill. That's Celsius. That's about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Very, very cold.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
Yes. Yikes. Oh yeah. Very, very chilly.
So, I think everybody's had an opportunity to check out if you don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
This was in high school. I was a senior, and I had a mad crush on this girl that was a sophomore, so she was 2 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Really pretty girl, and she was very, very nice. She was nice to me. She was nice to everybody. Just a really great girl. And she got involved with this guy that I happened to know, and I'd known him for a while, and had already learned that he was kind of a dick. But she confided to me one day that he had essayed her, and if that's not bad enough, we had one of those high school assemblies
Okay.
about sexual assault and rape and all that stuff, and the people that were giving the assembly were giving out business cards for people that had been victims of sexual assault, and this guy gave her one of those business cards.
Oh, what a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
What an asshole.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I saw her crying one day, not too long after that, and I asked her what was wrong, and she told me what had happened. And I saw the guy not too long after that, and I'm not proud of this.
Oh, you're cutting out, Atomic.
I'm sorry?
You're not proud of this?
No, I'm not. I'm not proud of it. I cracked. I saw red. I lost my mind. And it's not ethical. It wasn't right or anything like that. So I don't condone what I did. But I got him in a chokehold, and I started bashing his head against a brick wall. And my intention was to kill him. And if it weren't for probably half a dozen people that were in the area to pull me off him, I would have killed the guy.
So, what happened afterward? Was he scared of you? Did he turn out?
Oh, dude, yeah, he was scared as shit of me. Nothing proper happened though. He never got punished for it. I never really talked to her after I graduated, so I don't know if she ever really got over it or anything like that. We certainly did not become BFFs. I did see him several years later. So I was in a band for a while, and we were having a party, and he came over and he was like, "Oh, hey man, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time." I was like, "Yeah, you better run because I'm gonna fucking kill you." And that's the last time I saw him.
Wow, he was brave to come over and pretend like nothing had happened. I'm sure he remembered who you were. Haven't seen you or that brick wall in a long time. Okay.
Well, I don't think he knew I was there. It was somebody else that had invited him. But yeah, and honestly, that's why I'm a pacifist now for the most part, because it scared me to know what I was capable of. And
right.
I don't brag about it or anything like that, but I know in my heart, if somebody pushes me far enough and I have to step over that ledge, I will win.
If you see red and anger is one crazy emotion. One crazy emotion. It doesn't even matter. I don't even know how much bigger or smaller that guy was compared to you. At that point, it didn't even matter, though. Right?
No, he hurt somebody that I cared about, and that was simply unacceptable.
Right.
In a very bad way. And then had the audacity to hand her that card and make a joke out of it. And
right. That's ridiculous. So
I would say that's the only real fight I've ever been in. I've been in a couple of different scraps, but it's just like schoolboy shit. Nobody was ever really hurt, no blood was drawn or anything like that. But yeah, that one was serious. I intended to do harm.
Why is no one asking how the brick wall is doing? That's a good one. Us, the goose. That was a good one. So yeah. Okay, well, and you did mention, Atomic, you don't know how the girl is doing. She went off to university or something, right? So you never really caught up with the girl.
I like to think she's doing well, but yeah, no, I never really caught up with her after that.
Right. And doesn't matter how big or small, you stood for what is right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It may have been the right thing to stand for. I don't know if I stood for it the right way. I don't regret it. But looking back on it, there were probably better ways to deal with it. But I did what I did, and it's a memory I have, and I live with it.
Right. And to answer anyone's question, I don't believe he's making this up. He has no reason to make this up. He has no reason to lie. He's a VIP in the channel, and I know him fairly well, I would say, and he's just not that type of person to fabricate a bunch of stories for no reason. So, yeah.
For whatever reason, I have a tendency to kind of pour my guts out on this channel. So
You
no,
really
I'm absolutely not lying. I mean, if you think I am, I'm not going to argue or whatever.
I would love for that person to call in and tell some of their stories. Really, that's what I would love. But yeah, I don't feel sorry. Fuck that punk ass bitch. Yeah, that guy is a sexual abuser and not even feeling guilty about it and trying to rub it into that girl and just like a real asshole. There's a special place in hell for someone like that, and I would feel like it's not the right thing. There's probably different approaches, Atomic. You know that, you just mentioned that, but with all of that anger and emotion overflowing in you, it's hard to control yourself when that rage sort of sets in.
So Maple Marie, no, surprisingly. And the hilarious thing was the brick wall that I was bashing his head into was the outside office of the vice principal. I don't know how I wasn't caught. I should have been, but I was not. And if I had been caught, I absolutely would have gone to jail.
Wow. You were bashing his head on the principals, the vice principals, the outside of the vice principal's office. Oh my god!
And winning ham nizzle shizzle spam fucker. I don't know what your problem is with me, but hey, do your thing, brother. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good, Atomic. Can't win them all, It is what it is.
Trying to.
It is what it is. Atomic, thank you so much for calling in. Do you have any other stories? I think you said that's like your only fighting story that you've ever really. You're not really a fighter.
No, I don't have any other stories like that. I did spend a fair amount of time in a bar band, and interestingly enough, I wasn't an employee of any of the bars that I played at, but I was a pretty good bouncer. So I knew how to really bring a person down that was drunk and violent. I'd be like, hey, come on, man, just relax. It's okay. Maybe it's time to go home. And I actually got really good at that, at diffusing situations like that. And I'm way more proud of that than I am of any violence I ever committed.
It's very artful, Atomic, to try and diffuse a half drunk, half angry person and bring them, down from the ledge. That's actually very skillful art. Not a lot of people are good at that. Talking someone down from being very aggressive and mad. So.
You guys are pretty salty for a Thursday night. No, I did not get caught by the authorities. The people that pulled me off were fellow students, and they didn't report me. I was lucky for that. I have no desire to get in a physical contact with this wing hemizzle. And I do fear you, Hughes the goose. I'd never mess with a goose. It's something geese. I learned a long time ago. You don't mess with geese.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Those are vicious, vicious animals up in Canada. Vicious attack geese. So, yeah. All right. All right. So, Atomic, thank you so much for calling in and telling us your story. I appreciate it. I'm going to get to the next caller. But,
Yeah, always appreciate coming in, and again, thank you for sort of the self therapy on that one.
I'm glad that you got it off your chest, because I really think most people in chat thought that was very justified. And when it comes to sexual assault, or something like that, there is no mercy. Okay, here's an example, chat. Anyone who does sexual assault or a child predator or anything like that, if they catch a case and they go to jail, and the other inmates find out about it, it's not good. They usually would have to be in Ice Baby, welcome in. It's not solitary confinement. What do you call it? And you have to be like alone. I guess it is kind of like not solitary, but what do you call it? PC, protective custody. That's it. They have to be in PC, those people, because they will get killed. So, wow, those 3 messages came in at the exact same time by 3 different names, but it's the same message. That's so weird.
Yeah, just a quick thanks, Saturn and One Prong and Chi-Town and Gertie and King Mall and Retro. I appreciate the support.
Thank you for being here, Atomic. Thank you for calling in.
Yep, you have a great night, and I'm looking forward to hearing your next guest.
Thank you, Atomic.
Take care.
Take care. All right, guys. Cheers. Guys, thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, busy. We're botted. Hold on a second. Let me do something. Siri bot to the rescue. It's not a follow bot, though. It's a chat bot. So this is a little bit different. I've never done a chat bot situation. Let's go like this. There we go. Oh, wait. I don't think it works for chatbot. It does. I put an exclamation chatbot. It didn't work. There's been no message. So maybe follow bot? Because exclamation chatbot didn't work. Not sure what the commands are. But this isn't a follow bot, so it wouldn't fix it. So tough crowd today. It is. It's a very catchy song. All right, so we have another caller waiting in the wings. I don't know if I had to write follow bot or chatbot. There was no reply for chatbot on SiriBot. So I don't think that's a command. Mr. Cairo. Oh, Mr. Cairo, you don't want to be a guest on the show? You're not really hanging out in the right channel. You're hanging out in the games channel. I'm a little confused. Would you like to come on the show? Right. You would like to come on the show. Okay. No worries. Oh, what do you mean not sure? Cheers. I'm not sure. Would you like me to drag you in, Mr. Cairo? I'm a little confused right now. All right, we have another caller waiting in the wings. Perfect. You don't know? Okay, that's a little weird. All right, let's bring in our next guest. Greetings and welcome in, Gertie. Hi, Gertie.
Hi. Sorry, I always forget that I have to mute this stream.
Oh, that's okay. You did it very quickly.
Yeah. Good. Let's see. I wanted to play Devil's Advocate.
Ooh,
Oh, shoot.
okay.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I get confused. I wanted to play Devil's Advocate. So I have actually never been in a fight, but I've been in close calls and somehow have gotten out of it. So one was, I think I was like, geez, I want to say I was even like 11 or 12 years old. And this one girl, and I would say she was like the bully of the grade. And apparently, she wanted to fight me because maybe her boyfriend liked me, but I didn't know who her boyfriend was. And I completely, what I love about this story is that I talked myself out of it, but I was again so young. And I was like, oh, I don't even know who he is. And could your anger actually be more that you're frustrated that he doesn't like you the way that you like him? And I totally, I got out of it. And then, like, we weren't friends, but definitely were, um, like, fine with each other. There was a little bit, like what you were talking about earlier, like a little bit of that respect after kind of standing up, even though I guess I kind of chicken shit out of it, but through talking. So yeah, wasn't a fight.
I'm confused.
And maybe saying it makes her more mad. Yeah, some people could think I was being condescending. I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't
what's
know. I mean, if you were reasoning with her and she
Yes.
was, maybe she really did feel that, like, like it seemed like what? Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. When you said, hey, maybe is it not that he likes me, but you're kind of upset that you think he doesn't like you? What did she say? What was her response? Was she actually like chatting with you openly, or was she kind of like standoffish and just shutting everything down and not willing to reason with you?
Oh, both. And this is actually heartbreaking, right? And this is why I have so much compassion for bullies, like we said earlier, of like, man, sometimes they have stuff behind the scenes that we don't see. Her response to me was her shoulders kind of relaxed, and then her little face, it was very, very steely, but she was crying. She had these like very like just like dripping tears. Like what, you know what I mean? So I feel like I did hit something with her. I
Oh
think she
yeah.
was really like taking it in, but not necessarily. I mean, again, how young was I? Like the idea that I even thought to, I guess, quote unquote, fight with her like that, and then that she was responding. Yeah, it was, I thought it was crazy, but yeah. Let's see, a second almost fight. I wasn't even aware. This was maybe, early, oh gosh, no, this was in high school, and it was at a restaurant, but somehow we were sneaking drinks. And again, some girl didn't like me, and apparently I didn't. My friends and I were in the restroom. I didn't see that she was coming up on me. And my other friend, who was really, really quiet, just all of a sudden I saw her like arm swing by my face, and she, and as I'm like turning around following her arm, her hand, she just grabbed the girl by the neck and pushed her back from me because you could tell that the girl was going to like lunge at me, I guess, from behind. And Tina, the friend, like saw it and saved me. So that was crazy too. So yeah, I just thought we were hearing
That
all
was
these
two
fight
close
stories.
calls, Gertie.
Yes.
W Tina. Yeah, those are
I
two
know,
very
W
close calls.
Tina. Yeah, that was awesome. And she was like, I mean, just it was so sweet of her because that really was a true protective mode, right? Like it wasn't a lot of talk, it wasn't a lot of like, ready to fight. All she was doing was making sure this girl didn't attack me. She was just restraining the girl, that's it. And honestly, like because Tina grabbed her by the neck and like pushed her back, that kind of choked her. and then the girl was all, confused or whatever, and then we just walked out of the bathroom. Like that was it. So, yeah.
That was another brush with a fight for sure. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I totally forgot. I had another fight. This was an interesting one. I totally forgot. This one slipped my mind. Oh my god. This was after grade 8. This was a real fight. But it was a bunch of girls. So I was hanging out with my friends, and I was in, I don't know what grade, late high school years, early college years situations. And I don't even really know the backstory. It's so hard to say, but all I know is I was with a bunch of my friends and they were going to fight these girls that went to another high school in the area.
Oh my gosh, high school rivalries.
It was a high school rivalry, and I didn't even go to any of the. I went to a different high school, but I was hanging out with my friends, and we went, and it was late at night, and I remember it was we walked over there, and they were there, and it was 4-on-4, and it's kind of these girls were city girls. These girls were well versed, and it was these girls were fighters, tough girls.
Yeah,
they were.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they knew what they were getting into. It's they fight girls all the time.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah,
I was definitely out of my element. But it's as soon as we approached the girls, they sort of just started picking one. They just everyone just sort of teamed up with one and one. So this one girl just kind of came up to me and started fighting me. And it was literally just 4 girls on 4 girls, but separate.
Right.
And I was just trying to stand up and hold my own and just throw some punches. And I didn't even really I didn't even know this girl. This girl didn't know me. There was nothing personal between us.
But you had to.
I had to. And she was far better than me. She definitely was well versed, and she knew what she was doing. A little wax on, wax off. I was just trying to stay upright. That's all I was trying to do. Yeah. So, and then after a couple of minutes, it wasn't long. I guess whoever we just kind of pulled out, and they pulled out, and we went off, they went off, and I wasn't organizing, so I had no idea what was happening. And yeah, I was involved in that, and I don't really know much about the matter, but there really was no winners.
You were down. That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
I had to.
Back.
Yeah, I had to. That was just I was visiting a friend, and they're like, "This is what we're doing. We got to go do this right now." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." Gosh. And we did, and it was pretty vanilla, to be honest. There were no weapons involved. It was
oh yeah,
or anything. Imagine there was weapons or something. It wasn't like that. It was more of just some high school rivalry. One group didn't like the other, and they went to go fight.
The Sharks and the Jets.
Yeah, it was like that. It was just like that. Yeah.
I remember, so actually that reminds me of another one. So another fight that I never got into, but I heard that this girl hated me and wanted to fight me, and apparently was in the bathroom. And this was in Southern California, really heavy gangster, neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she was apparently putting razors in her hair in anticipation that if I pull her hair, I would, can you believe that? That is crazy to me. That is, and I was 14 years old. So what life were they living that this was a known tactic? Oh, she's gonna, grab my hair and I'm gonna slice the crap out of her hands. That's so freaky to me. Ugh.
That is very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even I'm so naive when it comes to weapons and things of that nature, but I guess, you're a product of your environment. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I have one more story that I think is hilarious. One of my really just super, I like really, really nice people, you know. So the only thing I can say is like if you have a friend that you just think is like super, super nice, kind of put that person, he would never start a fight with anyone, usually just easy with jokes. Kind of put that kind of character in your mind. And he was telling he was telling us the only fight that he got into, and he got really scared, and he could tell like at the bar tensions were rising, his group of friends against this other group of guys. And he's starting to get like adrenaline, and like people are like, all right, let's go, and they're getting all like amped and everything, and he's like, all right, let's go. And I guess he says he kind of blacked out, and he like comes to, and he realizes that apparently he put his arm around someone's neck and was like punching them in the face, but it was his own friend. So he just like freaked out and then just started fighting his own friends. So thought that was pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've really put yourself at the weird place at the wrong times. You know what I mean? Just very. Yeah. So, okay.
No, I see Atomic is saying, why did so many people want to start stuff with you? And actually, I do get this a lot. In a lot of social settings, I'm actually pretty quiet. I know I talk to you guys all the time in chat, and I know I'm really outgoing with you guys when we do Discord calls, but I feel a little comfort there, right? And I feel comfortable to talk to you guys. But I would say that I have actually, I think a lot of people will think that I'm like snooty or bitchy because I am actually pretty quiet. And that in turn kind of, I feel like, got people um, kind of riled up with me. So, does that answer, Atomic?
So, snooty? I can't see you as being snooty, Gertie.
Oh, no, I mean, I guess what was like at work and stuff, people would get like really offended because I wasn't like engaging or talking or something like that, or maybe I have like and I felt it before. Like I feel like I get a very stern face when I'm like typing and stuff. But then when I look up at you and I see someone, like I have a pretty warm smile, you know? But yeah, so I feel like I
I
did get kind
see.
of picked on because I was the quiet one.
And you kind of just like you might look at people and smile, and people take it the wrong way, and you're just being
Hmm.
kind and nice, and people are like, what's up with that girl? Is she smiling at my
Yeah, yeah.
boyfriend? Right?
Yeah.
She likes my boyfriend. Is
totally.
she hitting on him? Meanwhile, you're just fucking nice. Can nobody be
Yeah.
nice these days? I totally
That's what I'm
understand.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and well,
People
and
take it the
actually,
wrong
that's probably
way.
yeah, and that's why I'm saying like I think I've always shared with you like I hate it when women get jealous of the other women with their boyfriends, and I'm like that's an issue with you and your boyfriend. That has nothing to do with that other girl, and why are you tearing down that other girl? So I think like all these little experiences like this are probably of why I kind of got this vibe now. I'm really like, no, I love girls and I support girls and yeah.
Right.
Anyways, I thought I would just jump in and share some of those.
Oh, those are great.
And
That was great, Gertie. Thank you so much for calling in and telling some of the stories, and it actually brought back that one fight that I had to like jump in. It was kind of like the greasers versus the the outsiders when you're like two gangland fightings. But we were in high school and we weren't really well versed to do it, but like we just had to do it for honor. So I forgot.
yeah.
I totally forgot about that situation. But yeah, no one got hurt or anything.
I love that you were just ready to throw down for your team as you need. That's awesome. That's totally awesome. I don't know. I feel like TPing in the middle of the night was like probably the most brutal I was. That's it.
Toilet papering?
Yes, when you used to like go and put toilet paper all over people's trees or bushes in front of their houses.
I didn't do much toilet papering, but we did a lot of egging, which I feel is worse because
Oh my
if
God.
the egg dries, it's really bad to clean up. It's hard to clean.
Oh, and isn't it terrible for the paint on cars?
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's like I think it's really bad. Like, yeah, yeah. Well, honestly, we were just screwing with the parents ultimately, right? In hindsight now, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. It would suck to have to clean up if someone like TP'd my house,
Right.
But
So,
yeah.
both TPing and egging, that would be even worse, Mr. Cairo. Even worse. Yeah.
Well,
S- no,
thanks
Gertie,
for letting me share.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate that, Gertie.
Cool. Okay,
Well-
I'll be back in chat.
We'll see you in chat. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, that was the one, the only Gertie Girly. You know what? I didn't think you were gonna call in at all today, Gertie, because I had a feeling you're not a fighter. But I loved that you called in with your close call fights, like the one girl in South Central LA or wherever, putting the razor blades in her hair, even though nothing actually transpired. Things could have popped off that way. And it's very interesting to hear those stories. So I want to extend the invitation now to anybody who maybe didn't actually get into a physical altercation, but maybe it almost happened and they were able to deflect it in some way. So, almost fights. Yeah, but that's better than real fights. So if there's any callers in the chat, !Discord, that wants to talk about an actual physical altercation they've been in before, or maybe on the verge of a fight, but they were able to deflect that somehow. Winning, why don't you come on? !Discord, you just need a microphone. Why don't you come on and maybe tell a story about possibly getting into an altercation? Something tells me, Winning, that you must have plenty of these stories. You, of all people, Winning, you've got to have tons of these getting into fight stories. Am I right? Am I right? So I have a feeling, Winning. Really? Not one? Wow, that's really strange to me. That's really strange. With the demeanor that you have in the chat, seems like you're quite the scrapper. Quite the scrapper indeed, or maybe a keyboard warrior. I'm not sure. But I would like to drop whatever altercation you thought you were in, and we're going to move on. Thank you so much for the sub. Let's go, you're sub with Prime. Let's go! Thank you so much for your sub with Prime. Scode Tech. Is that for 2 months? Thank you so much, Scode Tech. Thank you. All right, so we have another caller in the Twitch stream queue. Finally, he's mustered up the courage. So let's have a warm welcome for the real Mr. Cairo. Welcome in, Mr. Cairo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for calling in. Oh, 1 second, Mr. Cairo.
Yeah.
We have a sub coming in from Slim Pickin. Hi, Slim. 6 months, Slim. The feeling. Maple, let's go. Maple, thank you so much for the bits and bringing that hype train into the station. Actually, this is our first hype train of the night. So thank you so much. We're about to have the alert go off, I'm sure. It's just delayed for some reason. It should be going off for the hype train. We're in the hype train. Weird. The alert didn't go off, but we're in the hype train. It's happening. Level 1 hype train. So, all right. Mr. Cairo, thank you for waiting patiently. Whoop. Thank you for waiting patiently, Mr. Cairo. I would love to hear about a fight you were in, or maybe a fight you were able to get out of.
Unfortunately, it's not a fight I was able to get out of. It was a very, very real fight one time. I mean, I used to live in a place called Birkenhead, which is in the UK.
Is it like
There's
a bad
probably
place?
It's not a wealthy place, shall we say.
So it's a lot of so in the UK they have a lot of like projects like housing. I forget what they call it.
Say projects, but yeah, housing estates, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
guess
that
so.
was so it was like that, like a lot of low-rise buildings around and whatnot.
Yeah, Birkenhead, you see, is right across the Mersey River from Liverpool, and it has like an inferiority complex with regards to Liverpool. So they basically wanted to be more Scouse than the Scousers in Liverpool, and it was a great place. I lived there for 4 or 5 years. You know, it was fine. It was fine, but Friday, Saturday nights, lots of alcohol involved. It was a bit of a jungle at times, to be honest.
Right.
And I mean, I could probably hit you with like 10 or 15 of these stories, but maybe one that I can really think of was, I mean, this is not a fight avoided. This is a proper fight. I mean, one time I was in a bar with my friends playing pool, drinking lots. My friends didn't live close; they left. I used to live right up the road from this bar. You could literally see my house from this bar, like half a mile straight walk. So I left the bar, walking up the road. And as I was walking up the road, I heard these footsteps behind me. And as I turned they were approaching fast. So I turned to see what was going on. And I got hit as I turned. Got like literally.
Oh, hang
turned
tight. Hold that
into
thought.
the
Hold that
punch.
thought. We have
Oh, hype train.
chicken dance here for 10 gifted. Anon coming in with the 10. Thank you, Anon. Oh! Anon, thank you so much for the 10 and bringing that into a level 4 hype train. Thank you, Anon, whoever you are. Thank you. Sorry to cut you off there. You were in the middle of it. You were in the middle of the thick of it all.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! We have Anon again.
Bide my time. Okay.
But it's just a 5. It's gonna go. It'll take a couple seconds to get through, just because it's doing a Twitch glitch, so it's kind of like a one at a time situation. So we have another 5 anonymous here. We normally never see that alert, because Anon is a rare occurrence. So thank you so much, Anon. Thank you for that. Cheers to you, Anon. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mr. Cairo. You know it, Maple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Liverpool.
We all want to know Everton or Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Okay. Liverpool it is.
Yeah.
So sorry. Back up just a little bit to get us into the story again.
Okay. So left the bar, walking home, heard footsteps, turned. As I turned into a punch. Literally no reason for it, as far as I can remember, at least. Next thing you know, well, I mean, I went down from this punch. I literally went down, and I like rolled up and stood up. 2 guys stood in front of me, and next thing you know, I was just boxing these 2 guys in the middle of the street at like 3 a.m. I mean, to me, I was drunk. You know, it was some kind of Rocky scene where I was kind of getting dominated, but I just kept getting up. But I mean, it was probably more like about 30 seconds of me just flailing my arms and crying and stuff. But I was just.
Oh, you were crying?
I don't think I was crying, but I was crying blood out of about 9 different places, because every punch I got in, I got hit about 10 times. I could see my eyebrows. They were so puffed up from being punched directly.
You could see
in
your
the face.
eyebrow in front of your eye. It was like was that swollen. Okay.
Yeah. And I was punching these guys, and they were punching me, and I went down about 5 or 6 times, and I kept popping up and just throwing my arms, just trying to fend them off. And the only thing I really remember is they just kind of stood there, looked at each other, and just turned around and just walked away. and I'm just stood there in the middle of the street, like panting and bleeding from about 10 different places. And I just wanted to get away, and I just turned around and just bolted in the opposite direction.
I'm glad you
That
were
was-
okay, to be honest, Mr. Cairo.
Yeah.
I was watching a YouTube show, and it was about in the UK. It's like in the emergency room of the UK.
Mhm.
And there was this woman who was walking home from work, a night shift. And this is a very common occurrence, Mr. Cairo. People come out of the pubs at night looking to fight, and they will randomly pick someone in the street and start fighting them and just hitting them, and like it was completely uncalled for, just like it happened with you. Like you were just walking down the sidewalk, these people picked a fight with you. They were probably intoxicated, probably came out of a pub. And this one lady on the sadly on the TV, she got a brain, she got hit, and she fell, and she got knocked unconscious like in the air, and she just fell backwards, and her head hit the pavement, and that caused a traumatic brain injury. Her family got called in, right? She had her like wallet and her ID in her pocket. She was in a coma, induced coma instantly, and long story short, chat, she did not survive. And it was
There's a lot of stories just like that. Yeah, it happens.
Completely unprovoked in the UK, walking down the street, just people looking to pick a fight. It's a sad, but it happens very often in the UK. I don't know why. I think it has to do with like probably alcohol. I don't know.
It's definitely alcohol, but yeah, it does happen. I mean, I'm sure it's not just a UK thing. I'm trying to defend my
Mhm.
homeland there, but
Well,
it does happen. I mean, I've seen many stories of, exactly that. Somebody gets into a fight for literally no reason. Next thing you know, smash the head in the curb and you're dead. It's
Right.
unbelievable.
yeah. Guys, thank you so much for that hype train. First hype train of the night. Let's go. Thanks for being here tonight, everyone. Cheers. Cheers. It's an interesting topic tonight. I've never actually talked about fights. So,
Yeah, my fights were never like some kind of Hollywood movie scene. Mine, there were probably 30 seconds of panic and terror,
that would be terrifying for me, Mr. Cairo. How many guys were you fighting at the time on the street there?
There was two guys, just the two,
Just the two. But you said,
Yeah.
like, for every punch you were getting in, they were getting 10.
I mean, my face was not good for quite a long time afterwards. As I say, I bruise like a peach. I know somebody said that probably earlier, I think. But I do bruise like a peach, but I could
So do I.
could see my eyebrows stuck out because I've been punched directly in the face so many times.
Thank you for the follow, King. Or it wasn't a follow. Thank you for the hydrate. My bad. Cheers. Maple, 4 guys attacked you at Windsor? Like, you got beat up? They punched you? Do you want to call in, Maple?
That
We have
sounds
about
like a
half an hour
story.
left. We have half an hour left if anyone wants to call in. Exclamation Discord. No. Oh. That is crazy. I don't want to. Okay, no worries, Maple. I mean,
get that.
I
Yeah.
get that too. It could be very like PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder type of situation. So I could see that. How do I get in the call? Exclamation Discord winning. And then pop into the Twitch stream queue and I'll drag you up into the channel. You just need a microphone. So, yeah. Well, so is that one of the only fights you've ever been in, Mr. Cairo? Hopefully.
Unfortunately not. No. I mean, there's been a few, but I mean, if we're talking about Birkenhead, which I am, because it's an interesting place to live. Short story. I was sat just on a wall next to a fast food place. I was just eating some chips or fries, as you know them,
Right.
and I was just sat next to people I didn't know. Everyone I know had gone home. I just sat eating fries, and all of a sudden I was seeing stars. I thought somebody had thrown a brick from like across the street, and the girl next to me said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I was like, I think so. I mean, what the hell happened there? She said the guy just walked past you and just hit you in the face as he walked past.
Just randomly? What's up with that?
Yeah.
They don't. It's so unprovoked. They don't even know you. What's up with the anger issues?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, you don't even know the person. They've done nothing wrong to you.
Exactly. Unprovoked. No reason. You know, maybe that's half the thing. I don't know what it is. Never done
Right.
that myself, but apparently happened to me a couple of times. So there you go. Maybe I've got that kind of face. I don't know.
People do that, sadly. That is so sad. It really is. You can sometimes click your jaw and it causes a concussion too. Yeah. You never walk alone. Liverpool national anthem.
It is, yeah. But Sasquatch in chat,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was an uppercut or a hook or a jab because I never saw it. I literally never saw it. I was just shoving fast food into my face, and next thing you know, I was dazed, shall we say.
I do not have this outfit in black. I only have this one color. They don't make any other colors. So, did you get any bruises?
I imagine so. I can't remember explicitly. I mean, this was possibly 25 years ago. Hopefully it's a much nicer place now, but I doubt it. But I don't remember explicitly. The first fight, yes, there were many bruises for quite a long time, possibly weeks.
Oz, thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your shift. See you later, Oz. Thanks for the bits as well. So, oh my God, Maple, you had to have facial reconstruction surgery? Aw, Maple, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. That's horrible. What did you have to get done? Your nose? Did you have scars? Or just a broken nose, broken jaw? Broken, maybe your, what do you call this?
Cheekbone or
Cheekbone.
zygomatic, if you want to be technical.
Your nose and your eye socket. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Your nerves. Nerve surgery.
See,
Nerves.
Much worse. I mean, I was brutalized facially, but it was just a bit of time for me, and I was fine.
Right.
Fortunately, because you never know.
You really don't. And especially when it comes to nerves, they can take a long time to grow. Sometimes you never get the sensation back. With nerve damage could be permanent. So you never really know. Well, Maple, I'm sorry that happened to you as well. That really sucks. I mean, I've gotten black eyes and stuff before. Not really from fights, maybe from falling or hurting myself. But that's about it. I've never really had any like gashes on my face or scars. I've had a black eye. I still have issues in my face, really.
That's awful, Maple.
Wow.
It is.
It is. So, the real Mr. Cairo, thank you so much for calling in and telling your story. You literally had 2 random attacks at 2 separate times. I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me too.
Unprovoked. Be a
Thanks for having
lover.
me on.
A lover, not a fighter. Oh, a fighter. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. And we'll see you in chat.
See you later.
See you. All right, we have another guest waiting backstage. Let's bring on X-Man. Greetings and welcome in, X-Man. How are you? Thanks for calling back.
Hello, I'm good.
Good. I'm glad. So, do you have any stories about fights? Now, actually, I kind of opened it where it's maybe you had a physical altercation or you were about to have a physical altercation and you were able to get out of it somehow.
No, I didn't avoid a fight, but back in middle school and high school, I got into a fight, and then in high school, I got beat up in a fight.
Okay, let's start with the most interesting one, in your opinion.
Okay. Yes. All right. So in middle school, we're at the bus loop. We're waiting for the bus to come because normally they run late. And then there was these two guys, two brothers that were there, and they're kind of like a nuisance, kind of annoying, kind of slightly bullyish, and whatnot. So in their horsing off and goofing around, they yanked the backpack of my sister's friend and pulled her down into the bus loop. So immediately I got pissed about that.
Right, that's a safety concern.
Yes. So
Mhm.
then I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm committed. When we get off at the bus stop, when we get close to the house, I'm getting into a fight. I'm going to punch the dude in the face because he just pulled, my sister's friends by the backpack and into the bus loop and all that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So then finally we get to the bus stop. We all hop off. I walk up to him, size him up, and give him a good, 1-2 to the face. But now that I think back on it, I don't think I hurt him much. But I definitely threw a punch. Got in his face, yelled at him, cursed at him. Who knows what I said. Then his brother walks up. I shove him too. Don't throw a punch at him, but I shove him, yelling. All the kids are around us. My neighbors hyping me up and this and that. And then, eventually it dissipates. We head home. And then everybody's telling my mom what happened. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I'm about to get in a world of trouble.
And she found out you were defending your sister's friend and didn't get mad at you?
Oh no, she was absolutely mad at me. Yes, absolutely mad at me.
Oh.
To the point where she contacted a local police officer that she knew.
Your mom?
And yes. But okay, I'll tell you the whole details.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like some schools have a local resource officer, which is what he did. But, by full, he's a full-fledged on cop. He could have got me in trouble and everything.
Right.
So he calls her, invites her to the house to come over and talk, and also invites the two brothers that I just got into a fight with. So I'm like, oh my Lord, we're all in the living room, and we just got to hash it out about what just happened.
Okay.
So then I start, talking to him, talking to the mom. The mom was there too. We're just all giving out the details and this and that. And then I didn't know, but I didn't know their names. So what we nicknamed them was Beavis and Butthead. So one was Beavis, one was Butthead. And during the conversation, I guess I was referring to them as Beavis and Butthead without
The
even paying
cops?
attention.
You were calling
And
them
then-
Beavis and Butthead?
Their nicknames to us were Beavis and Butthead, and I was using Beavis and Butthead in front of the police officer, in front of my mom and their mom, to the point
Okay.
where eventually, my sister elbows me in the ribs. She's like, "Hey, you're saying Beavis and Butthead out loud. Like, cut it out."
Right. Okay. So yeah,
Alright, so
definitely
now-
you're guilty in that one for sure. Yeah.
Yes, I did not put myself in a good light in that. But, eventually we talked it out and that's it. They left. And then when I look back on it, I think what my mom was trying to do was just cover ground by not having me get in trouble, because I think they could have easily reported this to the police, and I was the one that threw the first punch. So I think by doing what she did, she probably saved me from a world of trouble and them possibly pressing charges against me. But at the time, I wasn't aware of what she was doing. I was like, what are these people doing in her house? But I think she was just trying to look out for me. That now that I look back on it.
Right. So she didn't. It was a scare tactic. She was calling in the police to try to, I don't know, hopefully you never get in a fight again or do get in a situation like that again. I get it.
Yeah,
So-
and as an adult now, I get her. I definitely understand what she was trying to do, and I appreciate it. So that's middle school. Now, fast forward to high school, I have a girlfriend at this time. So there was this one kid who was a bit of a bully. He liked to provoke people a little bit, this and that. So one day we're hanging out in the hallways, and he walks by her and kind of gets in her face and kind of tries to do the flinch thing to her, and I didn't like that. So I walked over. And I was like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" Just something to turn him around and get him to answer for what he did. Without me being completely ready, he hits me with the right clock, right to the temple. And just like you said in your story earlier, my ears start ringing. The vision is blurry. I think my glasses went flying. I was like, without even realizing, we were in it. We were in the fight.
It just guns a blazing. Well, minus the guns, but yes.
So,
yes.
I don't know. As I think about it now, to my credit, I got my ass off the floor and did a shoulder charge into his belly to get him on the ground. And then from there, I swear to this day, I don't know what happened. Fists were flying, this and that. And eventually, it must have been just 30 seconds, maybe a minute max. And the fight just dissipates. I think I saw one of the faculty members help breaking up the fight. And then I get up, I try to find my glasses, they're broken. I'm like, what the hell? And then I touch above my right eyebrow and I'm bleeding. The first punch had already cut me and I didn't even realize it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just walking away. I didn't know what to do. I was like phased, just like you said. Ears are still ringing. Everything was a blur. Don't know what happened. I'm just walking away.
You were bleeding. What did the other guy look like?
He was a younger black guy, definitely from the harder part of the neighborhood.
No, I meant
And
I meant what condition was he in?
I'm so sorry. I went the wrong path on that. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay.
As far as condition, I don't know. My glasses got knocked out. I was bleeding into my eyeball.
No, that's true. You couldn't see much.
I couldn't see much. I was so disoriented with what happened.
That was so funny. The X-Men, that reminds me of there's this hockey video that circulates. It's really funny. The guy's like, he's being interviewed. And by some interviewer guy, and he goes, okay, so hey, I forget the guy's name. He goes, how's your breath? And that's like a saying. It means how's your stamina? Right? And but he didn't realize that's what he meant. He goes, oh, it's not good, eh? Meaning he thought that the interviewer was saying he had bad breath, and he was like, oh, it's not good, eh? And he goes, no, I mean your stamina for the game. And then he started laughing. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
totally.
No. It wasn't PK Subban. Yeah, it wasn't
I did
PK.
not pick up what you put down.
No, that's okay. That's okay. No worries. No worries. No, Generation X-Wing. It wasn't Pierre Maguire or PK Subban. It was he was playing for the Leafs at that time. He's a chubby guy. He played for Chicago. He ended up going to play for the Chicago Blackhawks. What's his name? Does anyone know? Chubby, bigger guy. I forget his name. Fuck. He won a couple cups after he left the Leafs. Hi, first time chatter. Welcome in. No, he wasn't roly poly. He was an athlete, Saturn. He was a hockey player, a good one. He won some Stanley Cups after he left. After he left the Leafs. I forget his name. He's a bit of a Kessel. That's him. Yeah, Phil Kessel. He's a bit of a dingle hopper. Generation X-Wing. He's a bit of an idiot. So it was very typical for him not to, you know what I mean? Not that you're an idiot, X-Men. That's not what I'm implying. I'm just saying. Phil Kessel is typical. Very typical Phil Kessel. Sorry, X-Men. So, all right. Go on with your fight, though. Or is that the end of it all? That was very, it was good.
And then just to end it, I just walked away, got some help. And then later on, my friends told me that it wasn't one guy jumping me. As soon as he threw the first punch, his cousin and his friends jumped in. So it turned out I wasn't fighting just one guy. I ended up fighting 4 guys. I didn't win, but I'm lucky it didn't get much worse than that because I didn't even realize there were people behind me and on my back. But this is, from what I got told, this is what something that he does. Like, he provokes, like he tries to antagonize, and then once the punch is being thrown, then everybody jumps in to get into a fight. And I walked right into it without even knowing it.
He set you up. He lined it up that way.
I got set up, yeah. And
Yeah.
then the school police got involved. They're like, hey, what happened? This and that. I told them this and that. But I don't think they could have done anything, but because technically I approached him first. So they weren't sure if they can get him in trouble or do anything. So it just ended there. It was what it was.
You know what, X-Men? It's okay. I feel like that person, it was provoked on his end. And he had done that before. You know what I mean? So I don't think that was your fault at all, really. And then the story earlier with your little sister's friend who got pushed into the bus loop by, like, picked up by her backpack, which was a safety concern. I could totally understand that. Now, what's crazy, X-Men, with that situation is my dad, like, I'm the eldest out of my siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. And my dad always said to me, and if you ever get in trouble for fighting for your siblings, I will not be mad at you. I will be proud of you. So don't worry if you get suspended, if you get expelled, doesn't matter. Just if you are protecting your little sister and your little brother, I'm not going to be mad at you whatsoever. So no holds barred. You go for it. So, I found that interesting, X-Men, that you said that your mom called the cops, like some whatever type of police it was, some youth crime, like, you know what I mean, preventative, department, to call them in to come talk to you. She was still doing it out of love, and it was parenting, but it was just a completely different approach than what my dad had said for me, saying, you go fight for your brother and your sister, and I'm not going to be mad at you at all. You go for it. Your mom was mad for you, but mad at you or whatever, but she called the police in and did it, like, with a different approach.
Yes.
So.
And that's something I respected for her later on. And, something I might do later on myself if the situation should ever arise, better to smooth things over before things get worse.
100%. Yeah. So, X-Men, any other comments before we go?
No, that's it for me. That's all I have.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. This is the first Discord call that I've done with regards to fighting. So it's been like, this is the first time ever, at least on my channel. So thank you for sharing your stories with us. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in chat.
All right, thank you. Have a good night, and I definitely respect you being the big sister because I'm the big brother too.
See, you understand. Awesome. Thank you, X-Men.
All right, good night.
Good night. See you in chat. All right. That was X-Men. Guys, thank you so much to all of the callers tonight. It's been great. Very different stories. All of them were kind of thrilling, kind of exciting. I was living vicariously through each and every one of them. What do you have to ask, Atomic? Good job, X-Men. Yes, thank you, X-Men. That was a great. Those 2 stories were great. Maple, thank you for sharing your story as well, and I understand you didn't want to come on and elaborate any further, and I completely respect that. So, Taff, I don't understand what you mean. Nobody did sexual abuse. Someone got in a fight due to sexual abuse, but, like, he didn't do it. He was fighting someone. So for everybody who called in, how tough was it for you to recall it? Okay, good question, Atomic. Mine wasn't hard at all. Because the first fight that I got in was completely unprovoked. It was a bully who fought me. I fought back. She ended up respecting me and adding me on social media like nothing had happened. It was water under the bridge after. And then I totally blocked out in my mind one, like, Saturday night when I was visiting my friend in Mississauga, actually, Retro Man. It was in Mississauga. It was around like Lakeshore and Port Credit. It was in Port Credit. Retro is where it happened, actually. Anyways, and they're like, we gotta go fight these girls. We gotta go. And I'm like, okay, and let's go, like, meet them. And we just started throwing some hands, and before we knew it, it was like 4-on-4, like individual, and then we just parted our ways, and that was it. I don't even know what it was for, and I have no idea. I just hopped in. So no, it wasn't hard for me to recall those situations at all, Atomic, because there was no real anger involved in each one of my fights. It's funny you say that, because a lot of the anger and the animosity that I hold towards people, I never actually got into any physical altercations with those people. I just end up stewing over them and being so pissed off at them, but it never really turns out to be anything physical. Does that make sense? Which kind of sucks. Oh, Monkey Dragons, welcome in, first time chatter. Oh, we had stories from all different age groups today, but mine was from grade 8 and like late high school days. I was probably early like uni days. So yeah, Mr. Cairo's mid-20s. Yeah, it does make sense. Hi, Council of Levi. Welcome in. Long time no see, Levi. Your sound is always so great. Oh, really? Thank you, Levi. I ended up getting a new mic. I'm glad that you like the sound quality. This is the Shure SM7DB. Winning, we are going to be wrapping up in a couple minutes. The show is over, Winning. You clicked exclamation Discord twice already. So you should be in the Discord. You just have to hop into the Twitch stream queue. I will wait. I'm ending in 5 minutes, Winning. So pop in right now. I'll give you 5 minutes to talk. Pop into the Twitch stream queue. I'll bring you on as the last guest, okay? So you should be in the Discord by now, and you just have to pop into the Twitch stream queue. Double click that channel, and it'll drag you up into the live channel. Is it crispy? Thank you, AOK. Welcome in. Nice to see you, AOK. It was an old story 30 minutes ago. You talk about someone should burn in hell because of abuse. What person you mean? Oh, that was a story that I was commenting on, Taff. That was a story I was commenting on. There was Atomic was talking about how he ended up beating someone up who sexually abused his friend. So I was just commenting on that. It didn't happen to me. Are you on tomorrow? I am on tomorrow, Winning. The topic won't be fighting though. So it'll be a different topic. But I'll be on tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. Alright. I don't know what the topic is. I haven't figured it out yet. It won't be fighting though. It won't be fighting. This was our first topic about fighting, so what should the topic be tomorrow? Usually Fridays and Saturdays I try to keep it into like dating, relationships, something like that. Saturdays for sure is going to be relationship based. Fridays, I don't know. Fridays are I wear cosplay. It's cosplay Fridays, and I have no idea what the topic's going to be yet. I still have to figure that out. Guys, listen, don't ask me. I just work here. All right? I just freaking work here. All right, so with that being said, let's go into this situation right over here. I don't want to go, but I've got to. It's that time. It's that time, guys. We've been live for over 3 hours. First dates? Ooh, we did first dates, Big Tom, not too long ago. I'll have to figure it out. We're gonna see. I'm not sure. But guys, thank you so much for all of the follows today. Such a jam. I love this one. Thank you to all of my guests who called in today. X-Man, the real Mr. Cairo, Gertie Gurley, Atomic. Who was before Atomic? We had some good people. Wade, I thought you were going to come on today. I know you've been in a couple fights in your day. So it's okay, though. Royal, thank you for being here. Thanks for all of the subs and the resubs for tonight as well, guys. So nice meeting you, Goose. Hopefully we see you. I'll be back tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday at 7, tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. So, that's okay, Wade. No worries. Good luck tomorrow. I hope everything works out tomorrow and you are baking a wonderful apple pie tomorrow. It's okay. No worries. Hope the apple pie works out tomorrow. So, guys, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate all of your input, each and every one of you for spectating as well. I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. Good night, Maple. Good night, Jay Thunder. Good night, King Kamal. Good night, AOK. Good night, Gertie. Good night, Chop. Good night, Saturn. Good night, Mr. Cairo. Good night, Goose. Good night, Wade. Good night, Retro. Good night, Winning. Good night, Taftness. Good night, AOK. Good night, Levi. Good night, Monkey Dragons. See you all tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern.